Hello and welcome to this video. As you guys know, Scarlet Hollow episode 5 part 1 released today. I've played through multiple routes so far, which you'll see in this video, but let me tell you, the differences and consequences of your actions, even up to this point, are already absolutely insane. I'll probably play some more off stream. If you guys have some more questions about how to get a certain outcome or get on a certain route, I will try to help you to the best of my abilities. Enjoy the video. Thank you for watching, and let me know what your outcome in episode 5 was. Anyway, these are all the save files I prepped for us. I put them all on one page. So we'll do a couple of these save files. Let's see, this is I think our main playthrough that we were doing on the stream with the talk to animals and street smart. So we got the stupid boiled peanuts. Actually, you know what? We can probably watch the recap. Do you guys want to watch the recap? Let's do that. Let's watch just a recap of episode 4. Otherwise, I think it's going to be a 20-minute recap. Okay, do we put this on autoplay? Oh, you open your eyes. It's a new day. But your thoughts are interrupted by the buzz of your phone on a nightstand. What the hell? What are question marks? You check your messages. And there's nothing from Stella. Oh, I found a goat in the barn. A warm barnyard smell floods your senses as you stare down at the goat within. It stares back up at you from its place on the tiled floor, surrounded by dried herbs. Okay. Let me get this right. You're trying to report a missing pumpkin? Big Betty wasn't just a pumpkin, Sheriff Hugby, sir. She was gonna be prize winner. Raising her was the last thing me and my daddy did together. She's important to me. Are you sure it was Julius and not just some enterprising bear that got a hold of it? Y'all know Julius thinks that land belongs to him. He probably thought Big Betty was his to take. He ain't coming to his store, so for all I know, he might be all the way to the estate fair by now without a pumpkin. Ain't there something y'all can do about it? I'm so glad you came. I've never met anyone else like me. I even thought at one point that it must have been the Lord himself talking to me through the animals. But they never had anything very insightful to say, so I was disavowed of that pretty early on. There have been some particularly nasty rats in the church lately, and she said some things that have led me to believe she might be able to understand them. Oh yeah, his daughter had the imaginary friends, right? There's a small gathering of workers outside the entrance to the mines, picket signs in hand.
Oh, it's you.
Should I go?
Yeah, and try not to get yourself noticed.
Tabitha heaves a heavy sigh.
Please, just forget anything you heard, okay?
You throw the teacup violently to the ground, and it shatters on the hardwood floor, liquid spilling out over the rug. Oh yeah, it's Sybil, trying to poison us with her tea. What was that for? I thought we were going to have a civilized conversation. She reaches out to stop you, but you're already out the door, on your way up to... What? Why is there such a mystery? This is wild. I had no idea any of this was here. An entire hospital wing rotting away? His voice sounds distant. Your sole focus is finding it. Your feet move without prompting, and you stumble down the hallway towards the far wall, barely registering the antique clutter as you stagger past it. Whoa, you okay? Yeah, we found our seal, right? You don't respond, and you don't bother to retrieve the axe. The wall's rotten, water damage having eaten away at the wood over the course of unknowable years, the planks nearly reduced to sawdust. You tear into it. It's that creepy seal. Enemies upstairs, enemies outside, we're surrounded! Even if I get out of this house, I won't be safe! You won't be safe! As Reese tears at his clothes, paint bubbles out from the canvases, his ghoulish figures peeling themselves out of their two-dimensional worlds, invading yours, crawling up the walls. Oh, there's Wayne! Grab my hand. I'll pull you out. Leave us alone! Okay, well, Dr. Kelly opens the door. The two of you stare out into the hallway. Oh, lovely. Victor after season 2 would be like kind of true. Although the face is a little unique, right? What is he anyway? It's kind of like almost like a horse type demon, right?
Is this what you are so afraid of?
Hand over the tranquilizers. This is our shot. You take a cautious step back from the doorway. Reese pushes his now massive form into the safe room, staring down at his mother. Right? What are the question marks? It's Kaneeka, right? Reese, I'm so sorry. You sit on the log beside Stella. Faith, how did you... You follow your cousin to the kitchen, and she pulls out 2 pints of banana chocolate chunk, wordlessly thrusting one of them into your hands. Never heard of a Kaneeka, right?
I'm sure there's a lot you want to talk about, but we're both here, we're both safe, and we've both had a long week. Let's just, exist together.
You close your eyes, your exhausted body succumbing to sleep almost immediately. You chose hot, girl. You should choose hot. Representative playthrough. As you drift off, you think of Reese out in the woods somewhere. Bloodstained, free, and beautiful. That's funny, Des, because my off-stream playthrough, like my own playthrough, I always have hot, and that's terrible. I also have hot, and it's so terrible. I did a new playthrough where I'm hot and strength, and you're like a super, I don't know, one brain cell hottie thotty. It's really funny. And then you think of nothing. Welcome, by the way, guys. Yeah, what's up with Kaneeka? It's time to continue your journey. I think my main playthrough, my own playthrough, I think I also have Street Smart and Hot. That's quite funny. Let's wake up. A lonely piano refrain echoes through your head as you sleep. It feels like it goes on forever, clumsy and uncertain of itself, stopping and starting at random. But as your dreams start to fade, you realize the music is following you to the waking world, continuing even as your mind re-solidifies and banishes the last few remnants of your dreams. What traits did you guys take? Blue and some. Or you guys got multiple playthroughs as well, probably, right? When it finally stops, you're startled by the sudden silence.
Human? Human, wake up!
You slowly come to, roused by the voice of your small opossum friend. You feel strangely cold and uncomfortable, your muscles stiff and achy, and your head cloudy with sleep. Your vision comes into focus.
See? Human not dead. Okay. No easy breakfast for Dustin and Dustin Mom.
Dustin stands on your chest, his beady black eyes staring down into yours. Dustin's mom is hovering a healthy distance away. She wants to eat me. You're not in your bedroom. So we start crying, see what happens. Your lower lip trembles as tears well up in your eyes. They bubble over, streaming down your face as you lie on your back on the dirty floor, crying.
Human is being creepy, leaking and shaking. Maybe Human is sick. Dustin, get away from sick Human. No, Human is crying. It means Human's sad. It's okay. Dustin here. Nothing bad will happen to Human. Dustin spent too much time in Human house.
That's kind of cute. Dustin and Dustin Mom. Mystical. Ooh. Did you guys drink the tea or not? I'm curious. I didn't drink the tea. I need a playthrough where I'm a tea maniac still.
Did you two hear something just now? Like a piano? Dustin not know about piano. Could hear some weird bird, though. No need worry about weird bird. Weird birds sound like it far away from here.
Okay, let's, do we want to ask them?
How did I get here? Scary Human came into room at night. Took good Human away. Dustin was very, very scared, but Dustin follow anyway to help good Human. Dustin not have good sense of self-preservation. But good Human did not get eaten. Yay! Dustin help.
Dustin's kind of cute, right? You stand, your legs still wobbly with sleep, the odd tilt of the floor adding to your unsteadiness. So this is the Forbidden Wing, and Wayne dragged you here in your sleep? Can you ever trust the safety of your bed again? There are 2 doors out of the barren room. One's a normal doorway, leading into what you assume to be a hallway. The other is a door that must have once been hidden, though the ruined state of the wallpaper has robbed it of its secrecy. Okay, the one's hidden door. Let's do that. There doesn't seem to be a clear way to open it, beside the brass circle where a handle should be. You didn't bring a screwdriver into bed with you last night, and even if you did, you'd worry about damaging the ancient mechanism. Hopefully you can find either the handle or another way out deeper into Forbidden Wing.
Come on. Oh, home is on the other side.
Okay, well thanks, Dustin. Let's look through the hole. You lean forward, peering into the narrow opening at what lies behind the door. The marsupial's right. It's your room. Which means you'd be able to slip right back into the safety of the rest of the house if you could just manage to find that handle. Street smart. Woo. You've always believed in working smarter, not harder. The estate is massive. There's got to be a better way out of the Forbidden Wing than this. And maybe while you're looking, you'll catch a lucky break and stumble across the key. Okay, let's try forcing the door. I wonder if you're strong build, can you force the door? You push on the wall. It doesn't budge. You try messing with the mallow contraption that stands in place of the door's handle, tugging and jiggling and pushing on it every which way, and still, nothing. Calls, I don't think anybody's home. You groggily pat your legs before realizing that you're still in your evening attire. It would seem Wayne wasn't thoughtful enough to bring your phone from the nightstand. Or maybe he'd prefer if you saw what there was to see in this place alone.
Do either of you know how to get back to my room? Very easy. Holes everywhere in Dustin House. Just gotta squeeze between walls. Human too big to squeeze between walls, Dustin. You gotta find human-sized way.
Let's go to explore the Forbidden Wing. You cross the slanted room and exit into the hallway beyond. You and the opossums find yourself in a long hallway, its age-stained curtains fluttering in the breeze, flowing in through cracked glass. Weak sunlight illuminates the dust dancing on the air. An ornate entryway, its door long gone, breaks the monotony of the faded wallpaper, and a staircase looms at the far end. Okay, let's investigate the double doors. You make your way to the large set of double doors in the middle of the hallway. You can hear the light click of claws on hardwood as Dustin's mom toddles along a safe distance behind you. That's cute. It seems like some kind of entertainment room. The sort you'd expect out of fancy rich people who wanted to show off, like there's Dustin's mom in the background. It would feel elegant if not for the massive crack that runs the entire length of the floor. The air here stinks of mildew. You can see why Tabitha doesn't want you exploring these rooms. There's a large painting on the far wall of the room. From a distance, it looks like it might depict a town. Something else catches your eye too. A bookshelf, or rather what's left of a bookshelf, hanging by a single rusty hinge. Its sagging shelves reveal some sunless space beyond, once hidden, now exposed by the rot of this house.
Dustin almost never come in here. All open space. Too scary. But room behind wall is good hiding place. Dustin hide there sometimes.
Dude, right? We hang out with opossums at parties, Wacko Cats. As he references this room behind wall, Dustin stares at the broken down bookshelf that's already caught your eye. Do the painting first. The painting highlights a number of old buildings and locales, many of which you've already visited. The town hall, the estate, the mines, and the clinic, still called a hospital at the time of this painting, the church, and then there's something you've yet to see, the historical Callaway Tremaine homesteads. The faded bronze plaque beneath it reads, "In commemoration of Enoch Scarlet, head of the Scarlet Hollow Landmark Revitalization Project. Let the past never be forgotten."
Dustin no get. Always making mark on old cloth. Does not know that cloth for eating.
Well, Dustin, Mom, we need the painting, so don't eat the painting yet. You test each step as you make your way across the room, especially careful as you cross over to the ruined section of floor in front of the bookshelf. You can hear Dustin's mom hurrying behind you.
We go to dark room now? Good, big open space is bad. Vulnerable to attack.
The space is dark, its features barely illuminated by the faint light trickling in through the myriad of cracks and holes in the walls. The wallpaper, a deep, exquisite red, adds a blood-like glow to the dimness. The walls are lined with ornate display cabinets, some empty, some still presenting their antique treasures. Nestled between the cabinets, a single tall bookshelf remains standing, its occupants dusty, but mostly intact. But all of these are ornamental details. Your focus is drawn to an expensive-looking antique desk in the center of the room.
Good place to take nap.
Okay, let's open the top of I like how they're there, it's cute. The top drawer mostly contains old-timey letter writing materials, complete with a fancy dagger-shaped letter opener and a wax stamping kit emblazoned with the initials ES. You can't help but notice the wax has been nibbled.
Red stuff stick to dust and teeth. Taste good, though.
Underneath, you find a pile of crumbling financial documents. Scrawled in neat cursive in every spot that needed a signature is the name Enoch Scarlet. This must be his desk, meaning this must also be his study. And at the very bottom of the drawer, you're surprised to find a face you recognize staring back up at you. An antique photograph of a young man, his blonde hair nearly white against a dark sepia background. It's Teddy. He looks almost exactly the same as he did in your vision. Almost. There's a carefree look in his eye that seemed to have faded by the time he found his way to the hospital bed. Ooh, street smart feel around. As you search for anything more notable among the contents of the drawer, you notice something peculiar. An irregularity in the molding along the top edge of the desk, almost as if it's been removed and replaced at some point. You slip a hand into the drawer, feeling along what would usually be the solid oak at the top of the desk, but the space is clearly hollow. Your fingers making light knocking sounds as they fumble against the wood. Fortunately, it's a very simple lock, and you have years of experience. In moments, the secret drawer slides open, revealing its treasures. It's a bundle of notes. Is it the placeholder? I will be. Scroll on the first page. Page is a design you find familiar. It's a stone from that pit in the mines. Its many-armed design scratched into the paper by an untrained hand. There are other drawings here, some of which you find just as familiar. The goat head carving from what was once a town hall, and a circle of figures from the clinic. Well, that sure is a circle! That's a circle! Creepy! There are notes scrawled in the margins along the designs. Most either illegible or written in some language you don't understand, though a few words stand out. Prosperity, next to the stone from the mines. Dominion, paired with the stone from Town Hall, and Vitality with the clinic. The remaining captions seem to read Spirit, Bounty, and Throne, all attached to designs you don't recognize.
If human helped Dustin hunt treasure, Dustin would be biggest guy of all. Biggest target. Better Dustin be small, but not too small.
Let's open the bottom drawer. Sinister, right? I'm scared. That was a eerie dead smile that guy had. The bottom drawer offers some resistance as you try to pull it out. It seems that it was locked, though the bit of metal attempting to hold it shut seems to have rusted to the point of uselessness years ago. It gives in with a sharp tug, rotting wood splintering softly somewhere within the century-old desk. Inside, you find a strange collection of glass vials. Their surfaces are clouded over, but you can make out what seems to be paper, preserved somehow inside the containers. A hint of writing visible at the edges. You notice some of the corks have been lightly chewed.
Pretty good for eating. Dustin always saved these for special occasion. Tastes like old pond. Fine vintage.
Thanks, Dustin. You reach for one of them, twisting the cork. It unseals with a pop, releasing a smell like an old pond, like decaying leaves and damp earth. You tug at the corner of the slip of paper and it unfurls, the writing across its surface as crisp and clear as if it had just been written. To Miss Maeve, I know it has been several years since my last visit, but I do hope you remember the young lad who used to find himself at your doorstep more than you probably would have liked. I write you now with the utmost... But the paper dissolves before you can finish reading it. Read faster! As it finally realized that it has been submerged all these years, turning to useless pulp between your fingers.
New place to get tasty wets. Nothing Dustin Mom like to see more than Dustin live in comfort. But Dustin better not let comfort make him soft. This how Dustin brother die.
It's unlikely you'll have the chance to return here, and the files are too delicate to carry with you. Keep reading. Let's do it. 1 second. Miss Verena, trouble with tea. Your presence requested at... And another. Verena, know that you tried. Do not appreciate the attempt at subterfuge. Thought we both... Again it dissolves. Some of these letters are addressed to Miss Maeve and some to Verena. All are signed ES. You assume these have to be from Enoch. Many seem unimportant, just listing a time and place. You assume meetings between Enoch and whoever this Verena may have been. Before you know it, the drawer is empty.
The floor around you scattered with drained vials, the air stinking of wet rot. I think Verena was the witch. You step away from the desk. You've seen enough. Return to the hallway. Let's go to the hallway. You head down the eerie corridor, following the path laid out in the dust.
No, Dustin, no, go there! Dustin, come back!
You turn to face Dustin's mom, who sends a little way down the corridor from you. Her posture's tense.
But Dustin is helping! Nothing bad will happen to Dustin with big, strong human around. Dustin, Mom, say no! Don't care how strong human is. Only Dustin, Mom, know what is best for Dustin.
Dustin looks up at you with his large, black, wet eyes.
Human will have to go on without Dustin.
He clambers down from his place on your shoulder, gripping your clothes with his little clawed hands.
Hope Dustin can find human-sized hole. We go back to Dustin house now. Humans should be careful. Up there always smell like hurting.
That's kind of ominous. And with that final word of caution, Dustin and Dustin's mom toddle away, disappearing into some crevice that will take them back to the comfort of your dresser drawers. Bye, Dustin. You continue following the tracks left by what you assume to be your fellow humans. They take you up a flight of stairs, and you find yourself on the 3rd floor of the estate for the very first time. There are more footprints leading all the way down the hallway and into the farthest door. Let's approach the window. You carefully approach the window at the far end of the hall. It sure is a cliff, and there's nothing below the window but the tops of distant trees, the ground having crumbled away. The only thing stopping you from plummeting to your death is the straining foundation that still somehow holds this place together. At least for now. Okay, move the boxes. The boxes slide out of the way with a bit of elbow grease. You push past them into the room beyond. The room is coldly empty. A large antique bed is made, its sheet ancient and dusty, but still somehow giving off the feeling of tidiness. Explore Edwardine's room, even with cobwebs stretched between each corner of its four-posture frame. Search the desk. Step towards the desk. Its drawer is practically overflowing with stationery. As you sift through paper, it becomes clear to you whose room this is. There are stacks of bills in Edwardine's name, filling nearly every drawer, and once you manage to get past the layers of envelopes and trifold paper, you hit a permafrost of receipts. It seems she was doing her best to be meticulous and hold on to any scrap of paper that might possibly be important. But when you reach the bottom drawers, you find something entirely different. Greeting cards, letters, small wrapped packages, some opened, some sealed, some crumpled into messy balls. You open one of the cards. Both pages are taken up by a handwritten note. Oh, whoa. Tabby, hope you're doing well. Not a day goes by that I don't miss you. Hope Pearl Ann treats you to your best Christmas yet. I'm not sure what sort of doodads you're into these days, so I sent a little something that made me think of you. I made sure they were the best shells of the bunch. Not sure how rare any of them are, but they're awful pretty, and they've still got that beach smell. And make sure you put your ear up to them, too. It doesn't compare to the real thing, but it comes close enough. And in case you think that makes me a cheapskate, I made sure to send along a little cash, too, so you can get yourself something a little nicer than glorified beach trash. Make sure you get Pearl Ann to take you to the nice toy store, because that's where I'd take you if I was there. If you get the time, I'd love to hear from you. I miss you so much, Tabby, and I'm always thinking of you. You can come out and visit me anytime. I know you've always wanted to see what it's like out east. I've made sure to write my address on the back of this card, just in case you didn't know how to get a hold of me. Been missing you, my incredible, wonderful, amazing daughter. All my love, Dad. That's kind of sad. She doesn't know it's there, no, Tabitha? You pull out another from closer to the top of the pile. I don't think she knows those are there. Happy birthday, Tabby. It's me again, your old dad. So the big 2-0, huh? Can't believe my daughter's such an adult. In my mind, you're still that bouncy little kid doing cartwheels on the front lawn, telling me what various sounds animals make like you're the professor of animal noises. I have no idea if you read these, but I'll keep writing them, even if it sometimes feels like I'm writing them to a ghost. I mean, we haven't spoken in almost 15 years. You're a whole human being now, and I have no idea what you're like. I like to think we'd get along, though. As always, my address is on the back. I hope you'll decide to come visit me one of these days. I've got a guest room all set up just in case. It's always ready for you, kid. Love you, and I always will, no matter who you turned out to be. Love, Dad. I don't think she knows these are here, and they can't leave the town, can they? There are years and years of these. The bottom drawer is almost entirely unopened envelopes, dated from when Tabby would have been just a kid. All from him. He pocketed a few of the cards. And that's sad, no? I think Pearl Ann must have hidden those. What do you guys think? Like, there's no way she knows those are there. Right? Like, there's no way. Especially because the room was boxed off. You make your way to the closet. Seems Edwardine kept things neat and orderly. Or as neat and orderly as she could, considering the decaying state of the place. You can't help but notice that these dresses look strikingly like the style Tabitha wears. You can imagine Pearl Ann sifting through Edwardine's old trunks of clothes, recycling moth-eaten vintage dresses for her daughter in place of buying her anything new. The only thing here beside her clothes and shoes is a box, shoved off to one side. You pick it up. Child-sized overalls, striped shirts, a pair of trousers with suspenders still attached. One of those little sailor suits boys from the 50s were always wearing. Oh, what the hell? What the hell is this? When you pull out the last shirt, a note is revealed, tucked away in the bottom of the box in a protective plastic sleeve. It's scrawled in almost illegible handwriting, written in some thick, brown, watery ink that's cracked with age. Is this written in blood? Are you kidding me? Okay.
Mommy, I'm in here too, and I love you.
Your hands tremble, the note somehow making the tips of your fingers feel dirty, even as it sits behind a layer of plastic. You drop it back into the box, once again covering it with the clothes, shoving it back into the recesses of this forgotten closet where it belongs.
Well, he just wants to write a note to his mommy, MP. Why is that scary?
Kind of creepy, right? Yo, Malco, good to see you. Mugenics, I've never seen that before. What's it about? Finished with a tucked away room, you return to the hallway. Enter the middle room. See if we get— ooh, maybe we get more notes! No way. This place was clearly once a nursery, though no child has been in here for a long, long time. Check the bookshelf. The top shelf is occupied by antique picture books. Dick and Jane, books from nursery rhymes, ancient editions of Grimm's fairy tales. The lower shelves are full of educational material, from children's encyclopedias to writing practice workbooks. From the sheer number of learning-oriented books on the shelf, you get the impression that the children who lived here were not supposed to be as interested in fun and fiction as they were in diction and spelling. Your family may have been wealthy, but maybe not in joy. You leaf through a few of the practice workbooks, gently turning the near-crumbling pages. Oh, it's from Alexandria.
Reasons Mommy should take me and Maribel to the zoo. 1, we've been very good girls and have not cried for a whole week. 2, Maribel says elephants are so big and I would like to see it. And 3, I think it would be very fun and Mommy would have a good time.
All are signed with a carefully scrawled signature of Alexandra Scarlet. You flip through the rest of the book, your eyes unfocused as the many practice sentences and letter copying pages flash by, but something near the back of the book gives you pause. In a section that starts with the prompt, "Today I," Alexandra continues with,
"Talk to the boy in the wall."
You're done here. Return to the hall. What if the boy in the wall is the one that wrote that blood note? You make your way back to the hallway. Follow the trail into the farthest room. You continue following the trail of footprints, approaching the farthest room down the hall. The door was clearly meant to be hidden, but it's been left open. Someone left it open for you. The room is starkly empty, save for a rug and a few candelabras. Candelabras? Candelabras, when you have your bra on a chandelier, or on a candle holder. Candelabras. The lack of dusty old boxes and rotting antiques mark it as distinct from the rest of the cluttered, forgotten spaces you've explored. Continue through the far door. You continue forward towards the door on the far side of the room. You exit into a short hallway. There are stairs here, leading back down to the lower floors, but there's also another door. It's hanging ajar. There are many locks and— isn't this the one we saw in the haunting? We did, right? When Avery was the entity, it's hanging ajar, the many locks and deadbolts along its edge glimmering in the weak morning light. The door frame itself is gouged and splintered, evidence that some desperate creature tried to save itself from the room beyond, time and time again. Enter. And then the door closes and we're locked and it's a bad ending. You step forward. This was a prison cell. Everything about this place reeks of neglected humanity. The walls are covered in scratches. Legible words are mixed in with the nonsense of desperate clawing. The one window set high in the far wall is fitted with a thick pane of glass, as if the iron bars just beyond it wouldn't be enough to hold the imprisoned. You can't help but notice that the doll from your closet sits waiting for you from the bed, one eyelid drooping. Adds an extra layer of menace to the already deeply unsettling room. Property of Alexandra. Your eyes are drawn to the massive, almost leathers, dug as deep into the brick as the cell's prisoner could manage, highlighted with whatever pigments were available. What does this say? Can you guys make anything out here? Am I blind? I can't make any letters out. What about you? And then, one final detail grabs you. A metallic glint from the filthy bare mattress. A doorknob. This is what you've been looking for. Was it left here for you? Just take the handle. As you take it, a sound wraps around you. Music. The tinkling of piano keys played by a clumsy hand. They echo up a narrow staircase at the end of the hall. Yeah, it's like an O? I think it's an O. Looks circular. Or a U or a V? Can't really make it out, the last letter. Let's follow the music. You've come this far. Clearly you're meant to go just a little further. The stairs take you into what you have to assume was once a servant's quarters. A network of cramped passageways hidden away behind the expansive rooms of the estate, without so much as a window for illumination. But you persist, and descend deeper into the bowels of the Scarlet estate, the echoing piano your only company. Soon enough, you see light again, the sun creeping in through the edges of a nearly hidden door. Thanks for the lyric, Malk. You're at the end of another long corridor. Its high ceilings and tall windows are almost disorienting as you step out from the cramped, gloomy stairwell. The music echoes mournfully in the vast space, a chorus of wind adding a melancholic harmony as it whips in from the overgrown courtyard outside. You found your way to the first floor, but you've yet to confront your guide. Finish what you started and find the piano player. Bet it's Wayne. Wanna bet it's Wayne? The musician plays on as you move cautiously through the dark. The slope now so dramatic it feels like walking downhill. Jagged remains of the floorboards jutting out like splintered trees. There he is! The flow of notes finally stops as you reach an open doorway to what was once a music room. Wayne stands from the bench of a battered grand piano, turning to face you. So now you've seen it, Ave. He makes his way down the tilted floor towards you. A breeze passes by him, carrying with it the smell from the wound that is his body. I hope you enjoyed the show. He stops, just a few paces away. And I trust you understand the implications of everything you've seen. If you aren't careful, and you put your faith in the wrong people, things could go very, very wrong for you. Run away! No, stop. Has anybody flirted with Wayne? I was on Reddit a little while ago, and I saw there was a good portion of people that were very enamored by Wayne. I was like, oh, you do you, boo. What was with the dolls again? And what was with the doll in that room? She liked it, so I liked it too. It was nice to see it again after so many years. No way! Guy, really? No! Ugh, really? Did you go with Wayne? He's like kinda, I don't know. I think he's gonna fucking stinger us like a ditchling or something. Did you need to carry me off in my sleep? A moment of weakness. I was impatient. You know, you shouldn't do that to people.
It's all serving a greater purpose. You'll be better off for it.
No, did they really? No, really? No! Really? Should we do it? Should we save and then do it? And see what he does? Ugh. Kinda creepy. I would save before it because I don't want to flirt with Wayne if we save it. Like, Wayne is like, I don't know. You're still not telling me everything, are you?
Do you want to be somebody else's puppet? I can guide you to where you need to be, but it's up to you to open your eyes. The witch holds some of the final pieces. Find her, pry them from her hands, and then everything should start falling into place.
Your thoughts wander, searching for someone who might fit that description. You draw a blank.
Unless you're already starting to forget about her. Memory is a disloyal thing, isn't it? Physical, easily manipulated. But something being missing from your head doesn't mean it's gone from the world.
Oh, is that Kaneeka then? Because Kaneeka was missing in our recap. I don't know who you're talking about.
You'll remember when you need to.
Eee. Does Tabitha know about all this?
Of course. Why do you think she invited you here?
Ooh, that's... She didn't know me then. It's different now. We've bonded.
Do you think a flimsy bond formed over the course of a week will be enough to stop the generations of expectations and duty that have fallen on Tabitha's shoulders? Do you want to bet your freedom on that bond? Tabitha will always be a Scarlet.
Okay. Let's ask this. Who lived in that last room?
Wayne cocks his head almost playfully. I did. I'd been in that room a long, long time.
So, wait. So, the actual Wayne, the person, was imprisoned in that room, and then the entity took over the body? That's what it sounds like, right?
Though my being free now is meaningless in the grand scheme of things, as the town itself is enough of a prison that I might as well still be stuck behind that door. But at least I'm free enough to warn you.
I think Wayne, the human being, is gone. Don't you? I don't think there is a human being left. I think the entity inhabits his rotting corpse, if I'm honest. What do you mean the town is a prison?
I can't leave. No one really can. As it stands now, Scarlet Hollow doesn't like letting go of its prisoners. They may be able to cross the town line, but not without paying a price. That can be changed, though. It wasn't always this way, and it was never meant to be. We can put an end to it.
What are we gonna call? What if I want to leave? I don't think we can leave. I don't think we can leave. MP, did you want me to flirt? I'll save the game here for you. And then we'll flirt and then we'll reload. This is gonna be really fucked up, I'm telling you. You take a step forward. Wayne doesn't flinch as you approach, but you can sense a trepidation. He seems uncertain of what you're about to do. What are you?
I'm yours, if you'll have me.
I'm already close to someone else. I don't know if you can care.
Nobody else could ever hope to have the kind of bond we could share. It's not possible for any human to be what I could be for you. You can have your dalliances, I won't stop you, so long as you don't forget me.
Place your hand on his chest. You slowly reach forward. You lay your hand on his chest. He doesn't flinch away. The cloth of his shirt is stiff with dried blood and God knows what else. You can already feel a slight residue seeping onto your skin from his. His chest rises and falls, warm under your palm, his breaths even and controlled. You really aren't afraid of me, are you? Wayne takes a step forward, closing what little gap remains between you. The unsteady floor causes you to stumble back against the wall, Wayne looming over you, his outstretched arm blocking you from your escape. There's only him and you, locked in a near embrace. I can show you, give you a taste of what we could be, of what I can offer you. His breathing's more heavy now. It's slight but noticeable. He's excited, but trying not to show it. If you're ready... Ew. It's just ew.
Will this make me fall apart? Like you?
No. You don't have to worry about this happening to you. Not if we do things right. I'm being rejected. But a fleeting moment with you will be bliss for us both. No pain, no lingering aftermath, but pleasure.
Gross. MP, I swear to God, this is disgusting. Okay. Here, since you're in love with Wayne, MP.
I've wanted this since the first moment we met.
Wayne stares down at you, bright eyes shining through the veil that flutters slightly with each breath. Look at the decayed hand. His other arm reaches up towards your throat. Oh, romantic, he's into choking. He rests his palm on the nape of your neck. It's warmer than you'd expected, calloused and cracked, his fingers strong as they tighten around you. There's a sudden sharp pain, as if you've been stuck with a pin. It's like he's a ditchling or something, dude, I swear to God. And the unsettling feeling of something squirming. Did he just impregnate us with a ditchling? You can't help but try to jerk away from him as the squirming slithers its way up your throat. His fingers grip tighter, holding you firmly in place. Then it stops. A pleasant numbness starts to spread out from the base of your skull, flowing down your spine, enveloping you in a wave of bone-deep serenity. Your surroundings become unfocused, vision swimming as your head lolls to the side, hair standing on end in a full-body shiver as an intense pleasure sweeps across your skin. Dude, right? 50 Shades of Creep, you can say that again. You're vaguely aware that your legs have collapsed from under you. Wayne holds you up, one of his arms curling around your waist, pressing you against him as you lose yourself in the sensation. And then it's over. He lets you go, and you slump to the floor as he takes a shaky step back, adjusting his sleeve. Think of that as a kiss. He has to catch his breath as he speaks. Ew, 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 ew. Ew, 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 ew. Ew, ew, ew. Before you have the chance to respond, he's gone, slipping back into the shadows. Well, he got 2 achievements, yippee. But ew, 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 ew. Looking back. He like ditchling. That's disgusting. He like ditchling impregnated us. That's gross. How do people like that thing, guy? Corpse. I guess it's the mystery, right? Has to be the mystery. The mystery! He's a mysterious man. Wayne, you're misunderstood. Just like Reese. Okay.
I don't know what to think. This is all too much, you know? I understand. You came from a normal life and walked into a nightmare. I'm sure you're overwhelmed. But you're running out of time. Be careful who you trust, and know that I will always be there when you need me.
Wayne steps away, his shining eyes watching you unblinking from behind his veil, before finally disappearing to the darkness of the estate. Nothing left for you to do here but leave. I wonder if you get like a different scene with Wayne, if you flirt with him beforehand and you're all cozy with him. You make your way back to where you woke up and slot in the handle into the secret door on the wall. It twists and the door pulls back and you stumble through your closet and back into your bedroom. You lean against your door frame, relieved at once again having sturdy, unsloped ground beneath your feet and moderately clean air to breathe. The estate has gotten to you. After the events of this morning, your body burns with a ferocious itch to leave this place behind, to be anywhere but here.
You leave in a haze, mindlessly grabbing clothes and an uncharged phone, barely even noticing your surroundings as you rush outside, the morning's revelation seizing your body and mind alike with a suffocating grip. The cell, the doll, Wayne's insinuation that Tabitha has known about all of this, and even more that she's partaken willingly in your family's crimes? Not only that, but she has designs for you. Is it true? Tabitha deserves a chance to explain herself. She is your cousin after all. You'll just tell her everything you saw, and surely the two of you can have a healthy and productive conversation and get to the bottom of things, right? Maybe going to hear her side of things directly is your best course of action. Oh, I need to find the witch, I guess, first, right? Now isn't a time for unnecessary confrontations. Wayne told you to find the witch, and he notably didn't tell you to take this to Tabitha. Only you have no idea where to even begin finding this witch, or, for that matter, who she, you assume she's a she, could possibly be. There's a sound in the woods to your right, a snapping branch. It breaks you from your panic, your mind going blank with fresh fear. Oh, it's evil Reese, because we don't have hot trait. And you guys made me romance vor Reese.
Fave?
You turn, shocked, and see that Reese is there, lurking at the edge of the woods. He washed off the blood and seems to have found himself a jacket, but there's still an inhumanity to his features that hasn't faded. Long teeth poke out from between misshapen lips, like a wolf hiding in a man's skin. Well, this is our... MP. This is our... our half-human boyfriend who was imprisoned and poisoned by his mother, who has since broken out and consumed said mother. So, here he is. Daddy. His paintings are here too. Their warped faces staring down at you from the trees.
Hey, no need to panic when I'm around. You help me make my problems disappear, and I can always help you get rid of yours.
Oh, he's slightly unstable. I don't think we want to rely on him right now, do we?
Jesus Christ, Reese, you scared the shit out of me. You already looked scared before I said anything. You were panicking.
I can handle my own problems. Okay, it's not telling him everything. I think it's gonna...
Alright, yes, I was panicking, but it's not that bad. I just need to gather myself and I'll be fine. You don't have to be fine. You can be upset, because then I can console you, and I'd like to be able to do that. What did you see in there that was so bad? You can tell me.
I don't think we should tell him right now. He's not very stable right now, no? Dude, I think if we tell him, he's gonna eat more people. Ooh. Yo, Wasabi, good to see you. Let's do this, see what he does. You stare mutely off into the distance. Reese approaches, his movements slow and cautious, like he might bolt if he's not careful.
Hey, it's okay. You're not alone anymore. I'm here.
But he pushes through his nervousness and his arms coil around you, pressing you to his cold, bare chest. You can hear his heart fluttering like a bird against his ribcage. He smells like the forest floor, like decaying leaves.
That does calm you down, doesn't it?
Let's do this.
Thank you. It does.
He holds you tighter, his claws digging into your skin, though he doesn't seem to notice. He's clearly still getting used to his body. Okay. What if I say we get out of here? I don't think we can leave the town. But I'm kind of curious. I don't think we can leave the town.
I just want to leave. We should get out of here.
Oh, I already tried last night when I was out in the woods. I don't think we can, or at least I can't. It was like I was being held back, like something was holding my heart and squeezing every time I got close to the edge of town. Whatever's going on around here, we'll have to end it before we can get out, but it's okay. I know what we need to do next. You know how there was that stone in the basement? The one that gave you a seizure? I'm pretty sure it's connected to me somehow. I can feel it. Like it's in my head, talking to me. But not with words, just pictures and feelings. There was one in the library, right? That one feels like a headache, like it's trying to go somewhere and keeps hitting a wall. And up at the mines, it sounds like whispering, and it feels cold, even though it looks like fire when I focus on it. Which brings me to the one I felt last night, warm and growing, taking something that doesn't belong to it. It doesn't want me to be there, but there's not much I can do about that. Reese doesn't hesitate another second before sweeping you up in his spindly arms, his strength shocking as he clutches you to his chest. His skin is oddly cold. A long night outside must have sapped him of his warmth, though it doesn't seem to bother him much, with no signs of shivering or trembling in his long, angular limbs, as they fold around you like a protective cage. He hasn't started walking yet. He's still staring down at you as if caught in headlights, unable to look away. His eyes trace their way down your face before finally settling on your lips. His own part slightly, his fangs peeking through as his breath grows heavy. I thought about you last night. He runs his thumb along your jaw as he cradles your head, his long, sharp nail gently trailing across your skin. I thought about you a lot. I hoped maybe you were thinking about me too. Ooh, well, this is our monster boyfriend now, so... Of course I thought about... You don't get to finish what you meant to say before he's lifting your face to his, pressing his lips to yours, seeming to engulf your entire face, as his long, forked tongue slithers out. It slides along the inside of your cheek, exploring you like it has a mind of its own. His sharp fingertips dig into the skin of your scalp, sending a rippling shiver down your spine. You feel thoroughly held, almost bound by the monstrous man as his teeth close around your jaw, the warm wetness of his mouth nearly suffocating you. Then he pulls away. His chest heaves with satisfied breaths as he grins down at you, exposing the sharp teeth that had been pressed into your cheeks just a moment ago. That felt even better than I imagined. He straightens up, seeming to pull himself back together, adjusting his grip on you as he shakes off the momentary trance. We'd better get going, or I'll just want to do that all day. He clutches you tighter, shielding your face as he dives into the underbrush, taking you deep into the woods towards something awful. It feels impossible for a man with such a slight frame to carry you at all, let alone so quickly and with such seeming ease. Though you suppose he did this yesterday too while you were unconscious, and that was before he'd fully realized what he was capable of. But even he seems to have his limits. After a while he's breathing hard, slowing down, stumbling slightly as he tries to maneuver up rocky hills. Though perhaps his stumbling is from more than just exhaustion. He mentioned an odd feeling somewhere out in the woods, and now you feel it too. A prickling at the base of your neck, almost like static electricity, and an emotion comes with it. An urgency that feels like it isn't a part of you but something planted there. A desire to move faster, to keep going. It's weak though, just a nagging little anxious thought easily ignored, at least for now. I feel a little sick. Reese pauses, gently letting you back down to the ground. You're in a clearing, the autumn leaves crunching in thick piles beneath your feet. Ahead you can see a place where the trees thin, where light shines through from some bright unwooded place beyond the forest's edge. We're almost there, I just need a second. It's that weird feeling I was talking about, but it's not as nice now. It feels like something under my skin. Goosebumps all over. Nausea. Shit, don't look. Something horrible's happening to Reese. He doubles over, his neck bulging, his features distorting. Oh, lovely, he barfed up the corpse. From his mouth erupts a mucus-coated pile of ripped clothing and bones. Ribs. A pair of femurs. A skull. All wound together with familiar black and gray hair. What happened to the bones? Oh my god. Pat him gently on the back. Pat, pat, pat. You pat him. That was his mother that he barfed up, I think. He closed his eyes, letting you console him. Looks like it might have helped. At least a little. That's good. Maybe that means you'll be able to get moving again soon. Not that there's any rush. You're close enough that you know you'll be at your destination soon, and it's important to be nice when he's feeling sick. Though you would like for him to get better faster so you can go find the next stone. That's important too, and feeling increasingly urgent actually. Stare in stunned silence. You stare at Reese in silence. You can feel how wide your eyes are, though you aren't completely in control of yourself at the moment, and aren't sure whether your current state is due to the fresh pile of bones slowly cooling among the tree roots or the need to keep going. Right? It's basically a bonding thing. Practically married right now. Maybe we should wear a bone chain. Please, don't look at me like that. I didn't know that was going to happen. I wish it hadn't been in front of you. I don't want you to see me as any more of a monster than you already do. Never mind. Forget I said anything. It's not like you ran away. I shouldn't think you feel that way about me. Why is he talking so much? He's stalling, isn't he? Doesn't he know how urgent this is? The bad feeling hasn't gone away. I don't think it was just me, but it's so much more intense than it was last night. Are you getting any of it? Do you feel weird? It's a stone, man. It's got me bad. Just like yesterday. It has a strong effect on you, doesn't it? Maybe he isn't even stalling. Maybe he just doesn't know how to share. Sad and selfish. He's not the only one who needs you. You start walking towards the edge of the woods. All you have to do is find what you're looking for, and then you can relax again and figure out what you need to do next. You keep walking. Oh, it's the end of part 1 of episode 5. Part 2, the chapter's finale, will be releasing next Friday. Okay, well that's... Ta-da! Okay, so... Since I knew they were going to do that, I won't let me save this. Let me go to some very... I have a bunch of bazillion, quadrillion saves, don't ask. Let me go back to where we were. Right? And then let me load up my own playthrough. Which is also with Reese, but with the hot trait. And then see if that conversation is any different. I think that's going to be interesting. Okay. Right. Would you like to see a recap? So do you guys want to see... actually, we can use the book, right? So this is Hot and Keeneye. So we got the boiled peanuts, no talk to animals, found the opossum, cryptid hunting with Stella, Avery at the diner. Oh my god, see? Kaneeka's name is just redacted here. That's funny. Okay, well we have this, waiting for Tabitha. Managed to escape the mine collapse without any injuries. Because we got Keeneye, right? So that's good. Found a second opossum in my dresser. Finally took a shower. Tabitha. Okay, this is where Tabitha sacrificed herself. So this is my playthrough where Tabitha sacrificed herself. So that's interesting. And this is with Reese, so here you go. No Stella here, unlike the stream playthrough. So we didn't find Stella before the night's end. But we have Reese not eating his mom here because we have the hot trait. So that's interesting. So let's see if this conversation is different. I don't think we need a recap. I think so. We have Keeneye and Hot, right? I think we're gonna skip through this. Let's be sweet with the opossums again. So this is all the same. The investigating of the door, looking through the hole, calling someone. So no Keeneye trait here at all. Let's see if we get any Keeneye traits. I don't think we'll get a hot trait in the Forbidden Wing, unless we comment on Teddy being a hottie or something. But I don't think we'll get any Keeneye here. Open the vials, keep reading. This is all the same. Follow the footprints, approach the window, still the same. This is still the same. Search the closet. See, I don't think there's any Keeneye. There's no Keeneye here. Okay, no Keeneye at all. Oh, here's a Keeneye. Missed a Keeneye. Okay, there are much fainter tracks leading to the room in front of you. Its doorway hidden behind a stack of boxes. These footprints are old enough to have accumulated some dust. So very, very mild differences based on your traits, I guess, where you notice old footprints. So turn to the hallway. Finish with the okay. Explore the middle room. Maybe we'll find something here. I could see that. Maybe there's something on these. Let's see. So let's see. Ah, there we go. But that doesn't seem to have stopped them from making their own fun. You see quite a few books with children's art stuffed in between the pages. The corners peeking out. Tiny scribbled hands waving at you from their yellowed paper. So we can look at artwork with Keeneye. That's kind of cool. You reach for a particularly doodled on encyclopedia off the shelf. Its page is overflowing.
If Daddy plays with me and Mary Belle, if my family goes to the zoo, if Mommy and Grandpa took us to work, if me and Mary Belle and Mommy and Daddy and Grandpa have a picnic.
That's kind of cute. It's all Alexandra Scarlet. That's the girl that disappeared or died, right? All are signed with a carefully scrawled signature of Alexandra Scarlet. There's a strange, fantastical element to these pictures. Everyone's smiling and sitting together as any family would in a child's drawing, and yet it feels like these are drawn in the same hopeful way a child would draw a unicorn. Expressions of some reality that Alexandra could only dream of. There are less joyful illustrations as well.
Daddy napping.
Shows their father sleeping in a chair. A bottle of brown liquid conspicuously drawn on the table next to him. The two girls and what you assume must be Alexandra's doll, hovering in the doorway some distance away.
Mommy going to work.
Shows the girls crying in the upstairs window of a house as their mother walks away, an angry frown scrawled on her face. Look at even the sun is sad. Do you see that? Oh. You get the feeling these are more accurate depictions of the girls' lives. The last picture you pull out gives you pause. There's a new figure here, seemingly drawn behind a barrier. The girls sit on the other side, smiles on their cartoon faces.
The boy in the wall.
Okay, well there's a boy in the wall. Do you think the boy in the wall is the entity? Okay, this is all the stuff we've already seen. So this is all the same. Oh, this is cool. Below them you can see the edge of a tiled section of floor. The smooth white porcelain a strange contrast against the hardwood. Examine the curtain with keen eye. You cross the room and pull back the curtain. Behind it is what almost looks like... Ew, is that a butcher hook? Behind it is what almost looks like a shower. In the place of a shower head is a meat hook, dangling from the edge of a long, sturdy chain. As your eyes travel down the wall to the drain on the floor, you can just make out the rusty stains of what looks like long dried blood caked in between the tiles. There's been an effort to clean it up, but just enough was missed that it doesn't escape your attention. It reminds you of something you might see in an abattoir. So move on. You continue forward towards the door on the far side of the room. I'm not gonna flirt with Wayne again. Ew. Oh, see? So here's another Keeneye. Keeneye. You've been here before, haven't you? In the haunting. I think I said that. Don't even need no Keeneye. Okay, and I think this is all the same. So this conversation is still the same, even if you have Keeneye. Doesn't really matter. So this is all the same thing here still. Does Tabitha know about this? It's different with bonded. Who the right person to trust. Okay. Okay, so let's see. This is what I wanted to check. So let's see if the conversation with Reese is different in a hot playthrough where he doesn't eat his mom. So Tabitha deserves a chance to explain herself. Okay. So can we go to the city here, or do we still... Can we go anywhere? Or do we always have to meet up with Reese? So to find the witch again. Okay, here he is. It's Reese, standing nervously at the edge of the woods. The warped faces of his paintings stare down at you from the safety of the trees. Oh, look, his words are normal! No way! So he's way more normal. Are you okay? You look scared. Is it me? I'm sorry. I know I must have seemed kind of unhinged last night, but I'm okay. I'm not going to hurt you. Oh, look at this. This is super different. Really? So, but does it let me if I'm with Reese Jaguar? Is what I'm wondering, because it's like I click different options and then immediately Reese is in the trees, right, drawing our attention. So am I just locked into Reese in these situations? Let me check out a curiosity. That's interesting. Let's see. See if it lets us go to the cops. You haven't had any real encounters with Scarlet Hollow's finest, so it's hard for you to judge their efficacy. But your current predicament doesn't seem like a particularly hard case to crack. All you have to do is show them that horrible cell tucked away in the Forbidden Wing. Going to the police is the only sensible option right now. You start to make your way downtown. Yeah, so it's always Reese, right? It's always Reese. Okay, well, this is my playthrough, not my stream one, my own one. I like this a lot better, where Reese isn't, like, talking in monster lingo, monster text. Oh, Brandon, I'm just exploring different paths now. I would just start with the beginning of the VOD and just keep the chat open if you want to chat during that. But I would just start with the beginning of the VOD and then have, like, another tab with the actual stream chat, and we can just chat. Interesting. So here, because we had the hot trait and he didn't eat his mom, he's normal. He doesn't have the demon speak. I think I like this better. What about you, Jaguar? You rush forward, catching the nervous creature off guard as you wrap him up in your arms. Oh. It takes him a moment to react, tensing in your grip as if his mind refuses to accept that you would choose to touch him. But he softens, folding his long limbs around you, holding you gently against his bony chest. You can hear his heartbeat, quickens as you hold him closer, like a fluttering bird trapped inside his ribs. Together you measure your breaths, both of you calming yourself with the other's presence. He eventually pulls away, though his lingering hands seem reluctant to part with you, sliding all the way down to your arms before they finally return to his sides. So, you missed me too. Oh, so do you think I can... He's not unhinged here. What if I tell him what happened? I don't think he's gonna... When he's unhinged, I think if I tell him stuff, he's gonna go on a rampage. But here I think he might be okay. Let's see what he does.
Jesus Christ, Reese, don't scare me like that. Too much has already happened today. Sorry, I didn't know how to get your attention, and you seemed so freaked out.
Let's see what he does. Reese listens intently as you attempt to put it all into words, trying to form coherent sentences despite the panic that still threatens to reduce you to blabbering nonsense. You being dragged away in your sleep, the hidden study. Finally, you tell him about the cell and your encounter with the thing calling itself Wayne. His eyes widen.
So that Wayne guy dragged you off while you were sleeping. I don't like that. I don't like him. But that doesn't mean he was lying. It sure does sound like you could wind up in that cell next. I never thought we'd have something like that in common. I don't think you should trust Tabitha. There's no way she's innocent in all this. I mean, she's been cagey all week, hasn't she? And I feel like if anyone should be able to spot when somebody's trying to trap them in a tiny cell, it would be me. You need to stay away from her. But it's okay. You have me now, and I'll never let that happen to you.
I want to go to Kaneeka, to the general store. How do I get to the general store?
Your paintings. Oh, yeah. Some of them are following me around. They're not dangerous or anything. At least not these ones. We need to do something, but what? You know that stone carving we found in the basement? The one that gave you a seizure? I'm pretty sure I don't know, connected to it or something? I can feel it, like it's in my head. And I can feel the other ones, too. They're talking to me. But not in words, just in feelings and shapes. Nothing I can really explain. There was one in the library, right? That one feels like a headache, like it's trying to go somewhere and just keeps hitting a wall.
And up at the mines, it sounds like whispering, and it feels cold, even though it looks like fire when I focus on it. And I felt another one last night, somewhere in the woods. I think it was near Duke's place. It was like roots underground, warm and growing, taking something that doesn't belong to it. It's lonely, but it doesn't want me there.
In the other playthrough, it was different, right? Like, he wanted to go to the stone, didn't he? Didn't he want to go to the stone in his, like, evil arc, where he ate his mom?
But that just makes me think it's where we need to go, even if it means we might find something else like me.
How do we get to the city? I want to get to the city. I want to check what's up with Kaneeka. How do we get to the city? Let's save here. Has to be a way. But he's way more rational when he doesn't eat his mom, right? Like, you can have an actual conversation with him. Maybe this.
I'm nervous to go out there right away. Anything could happen. Shouldn't we talk to other people first? Maybe warn them? I guess we could try. I know Stella would probably be thrilled about something like this, but honestly, she's a little too close to Tabitha. I think if we involve Stella, we involve Tabitha, and like I said, I just don't think that's the best idea right now. There's someone else, though. Oh, we got it! I think we got it! Someone at the store? What's her name? Black clothes, braids. And that kind of rings a bell. Some friend of yours, right? Haven't you been spending a lot of time together this week? Though, it's not like I was there. I guess I thought you were closer than you actually were. But it sounds like we both need to jog our memories. We should go down there. I'm sure it'll all make sense when we do. Though, I can't exactly go into town looking like this. I tried to put everything back the way it was, but I don't think I got it quite right. I'll have to follow and watch from the bushes if we don't want people to panic.
He's close. He just has a tail. He just has a tail. He's close. It's like curl it up or something, you know. Reese glances nervously back out at the road, then to you. He's hesitating.
But first, just in case something happens.
He's much like less creepy. He takes a step forward. You see it in his eyes. He's working himself up to something. His hand hovers between you, reaching, but afraid to close the distance. Finally, it finds your cheek. His fingertips are cold from his long, lonely night in the woods. His claws sharp and unyielding as they press gently into your skin. An almost imperceptible color rises in his face. His breath's coming quicker, his lips parting slightly, hopefully. His nervous eyes settle on your mouth. I'm not into this sort of thing. Let's do this. This option we didn't have the first time, did we? You look into his eyes as you lean into his hand, kissing it gently. You can practically see him melt. He lets out a small gasp, eyelids fluttering. Before you can react, he wraps you up in his wiry arms, his hand snaking around the back of your head and pushing your face into his. Your lips connect. He's rough at first, the excitement of the moment overtaking him, his other hand gripping you firmly around the waist. He bends nearly double as his whole body leans into yours. But he eases up, his unpracticed lips softening. The forked tip of his tongue gently explores your bottom lip, and yours runs across his pointed teeth, his mouth a warm contrast to his cold body. His claws crawl across your scalp, and a shiver ripples over your skin and down your spine. See, even this scene is different. You notice, Darth? When you're in the no hot trait, no trait save, Reese ate his mom arc, he's like really forceful. Should we try that again and see what happens if we tell him? I think he's gonna go on a crazy rampage. I'm kind of curious. He finally pulls away, gasping, his chest heaving with satisfied breaths. Right? Don't you think so? What a cutie! He smiles this wide, toothy grin.
Okay, now we can go. Before you get the chance to stop him, he scampers away, his long, swishing tail disappearing into the underbrush. His paintings follow him, slithering away. Even though he's faded from sight, you can still feel his presence watching from behind the trees, silent. You can walk the rest of the way down towards town knowing you aren't alone. There's a monster watching, looking out for you. And yet, when you arrive in town, you can't help but feel like the place you intended to go to is wrong. An old bricked-up building where you're certain that something else used to be. So is Sybil the witch, and she's trying to turn Kaneeka into the witch? I mean, I'm not surprised Sybil is the witch, but what's she doing to erase Kaneeka? Or rather, where you're almost certain it used to be, since renovations like this don't happen overnight. Hey! It's Miles, one of Scarlet Hollow's resident teenage miscreants. I have to talk to you. There's something going on, but I can't remember what. It has to do with Sybil and somebody else, and that somebody feels really important. And I feel like if I don't remember before it's too late, somebody's gonna... Never mind, those are stupid. I just sound fucking crazy. He doesn't sound crazy, though. You feel an odd sensation as he's talking, a creeping recognition. But you can't seem to hold on to it, a slippery thought that refuses to be fully recognized. So even Miles forgot about Kaneeka. Creepy. No, you're not crazy. There's something wrong, and it has to do with your family. But you draw a blank on just who Miles' family is supposed to be. I knew it. I knew something was wrong. But I don't know what it is, and nothing happened. I woke up and everything was normal. I had cereal, and then Sybil said she was going somewhere with somebody. No, wait. The person was there too. I talked to them, and then they left, and I went out to the street. Because the office is closed for renovation, so I had to wait outside until it was done. It feels like he's recounting a dream. The memory slipping through his fingers as the words leave his lips, leaving only emotion. This is how I felt when Dad died, but nobody's dead. Please make it stop. Okay, let's see what we can do with Miles. Okay, it's either one of those two. Let's see if he went to someone else, so we have to be extra careful. Have you talked to anyone else about it? No. Everybody else lives here, and I don't need people looking at me funny the rest of my life. But I should have just kept my mouth shut. It's not like you know anything anyway. There's somebody missing, isn't there? Miles tries to hide it, but you see his lower lip tremble, and his eyes are shiny with fresh tears. Yeah, I think so. I feel so guilty. I think it's my fault. He can't hide the tremor in his voice as he speaks. There's this crazy old guy on the edge of town. You gotta find him. Julius. He was always coming around to ask me these weird questions. I don't remember what he asked or what he said, but I feel like it's important. And he wrote it all down in a notebook. You gotta get him to show you that notebook. I'd go out there, but I can't think straight. Not right now. I need somebody to fix this for me. I don't want to feel like this anymore. Not again, please. Not again. He shoves a map into your hands and turns away, hiding his face as it cracks with emotion. I think if he says not again, did he also make his... Did Sybil make her husband disappear like that? Thank you for the lyrics, Slice. Appreciate you. Hope you slept well. I really didn't want to ask anybody for help. And that's how bad it is, okay? And don't tell anybody what I said, though. I don't need people thinking I'm crazy. And then he's walking away. Though, where? You can't be sure. If he even has a destination at all. Map in hand, you make your way back to the trees where Reese has been anxiously waiting for you. What the hell was that? Someone's missing? And I can't even remember who. God, I swear the name is just on the tip of my tongue. And that place! It's not supposed to be boarded up. My friend is supposed to live there. Something isn't right. It's like I can't even trust my own memories anymore. Okay.
You're not crazy, Reese. Something's going on here.
Okay, good. That feels right to me. Because I can't be crazy, or else that kid would also be crazy, and we can't both be crazy in the same way. He said we should go out to the Tremaine place. If he thinks this missing person's connected to something out there, it feels like everything is just pointing us towards a stone out that way. Oh, oopsie. Maybe when we finally get to it, we'll be able to remember what we're forgetting. It's like the town is trying to get you there. I can take you through the woods, though it's not a very easy path out to Duke's place. Lots of hills and rocks and pointy sticks. It would probably be hard for you to get there quickly, unless Before you have the chance to react, he's lifting you, your feet leaving the ground as he clutches you to his cold chest. That's better. This way I can make sure you don't get hurt. He holds you close, shielding your face as he dives into the underbrush, taking you deep into the woods towards something awful. It feels impossible for a man with such a slight frame to carry you at all, let alone so quickly, and with such seeming ease. But you suppose he did this yesterday too, while you were unconscious, and that was before he'd fully realized what he was capable of. But even he seems to have his limits. After a while, he's breathing hard, slowing down, stumbling slightly as he tries to maneuver up rocky hills. Though perhaps his stumbling is from more than just exhaustion. He mentions an odd feeling, somewhere out in the woods, and now you feel it too. A prickling at the base of your neck, almost like static electricity. And an emotion comes with it. An urgency that feels like it isn't a part of you, but something planted there. A desire to move faster. To keep going. It's weak, though. Just a nagging little anxious thought, easily ignored. At least for now. I feel a little sick. Well, is he gonna barf now, too? I don't think so, right? Reese pauses, gently letting you back down to the ground. You're in a clearing, the autumn leaves crunching in thick piles beneath your feet. Ahead you can see a place where the trees thin, where light shines through from some bright, unwooded place beyond the forest's edge. Sorry, I guess I couldn't carry you as far as I thought. We're practically there, but I just need a second. God, I'm starving. Oh, he's not barfing anything up because he didn't eat his mom, I guess. Are you sure you want to do this with me? I'll probably be fine going solo. I don't want you doing dangerous stuff on your own anymore. You shouldn't have to. I know your cousin has tried to step in when she can, but clearly that hasn't been out of the goodness of her heart. Sounds to me like she was trying to protect an asset. Barely sees you as a person. For all this talk, that Rain guy is definitely not doing the best job looking out for you. He's supposedly all obsessed, and what good does that do? Get you stuck in a mine and a haunted library and an evil doctor's basement? He didn't even try to go after her, like, he didn't see her as a threat. I can do better than him, that's for sure. Too much talking. Your feet want to keep moving. You're so close. Just a few more steps and you could be there. Do you need to find some food? No, the paintings. They've been, bringing me things. Like snacks? People snacks for people? Yeah. That depends on your definition, I guess. And they're snacks for me. I'm people, so they're people snacks. But it hasn't exactly been chips and soda. Okay. Maybe we should... You don't finish your sentence. You trail off, the words dying on your lips. No, you don't want to do that. There's something you have to see first, and then you can go. One of the paintings appears nearby, interrupting. It stares down at you from over the freshly dead corpse of a squirrel, clutching its malformed little hands. There's a ditchling there, too. Ditchling's there as well. Oh, that's breakfast. He sheepishly takes the squirrel from his painted golem, glancing back at you like a dog who knows he's about to do something you won't like. He raises the squirrel's limp body to his mouth. Please don't watch. Do you want to watch or not watch? I guess it'll be nice to Reese while he's eating a squirrel. You close your eyes. It almost feels like you've closed your ears too. Reese's murmured apologies sound far away, muffled, and a bird's song seems to fade into nothing but static. Even the ground beneath you seems uncertain, your legs feeling like they may as well be floating, no longer pinned firmly in the leaf litter. You try to open your eyes again. Something's telling you to, but you can't. You can't because you must be dreaming. Of course, that makes sense. You never woke up this morning and you're still in bed, and when you finally manage to open your eyes, you'll find that everything in the Forbidden Wing was just part of a nightmare, so all you have to do is wake up. There's daylight ahead. That must be your room. It's getting brighter, the sun shining through your eyelids, highlighting red veins against pink skin. There's voices too, getting louder as you draw closer to the end of chapter 1. What if we look at what Reese does? It's bound to be the end of the chapter, right? Let's see what happens if we watch. You ignore his request and watch as his jaw stretches effortlessly to accommodate the entirety of the squirrel. It looks easy, like his mouth had simply always been big enough to fit a moderately sized rodent. It slides down his throat, the bushy tail disappearing between his lips. I told you not to watch. Please don't look at me like that. I would eat something more normal if I had it. This is just what's convenient. You must be staring at him strangely, though you aren't really sure what your expression is at the moment. Between the incessant pull from the edge of the forest and the insanity of watching a man down an entire raw squirrel, you weren't paying much attention to yourself. Listen to that creepy sounds, Jesus. They should try to find you a hamburger next time. Yeah, I guess that would be a more human option. Though, if I'm being really honest, after all those years of puking after most meals, I have a lot of food aversions. A burger sounds about as good to me as another squirrel. Which says more about how little I care about normal food than about how good the squirrel tastes. Not that it tastes bad, it's better than you'd expect. Why is he talking for so long? He's stalling, isn't he? Doesn't he know how urgent this is? Okay. Start walking. Start moving. It's right ahead, just through the trees. You'll know where to go from there. Okay, well, that's the end. Alright. Do you guys want to explore more different ones? See what different characters do? Or not? I'm down to explore more routes. If you guys want more routes. Here's all my loady files. Got a lot of different ones. I don't know what traits I took here. I have one where I'm with Kaneeka, I think. Let's do this one. I made a file to like suck up to Tabitha. Let's see what happens there. I'm kind of curious. So this is my suck up to Tabitha file. So it's hot and powerful build, which is the himbo build, I guess. Punch the monster in the face. I am the danger. Return to my cousin's estate before going to bed. So I think she probably sacrificed. Yeah, see, so this Tabitha sacrificed herself here as well. This is my suck up to Tabitha file. And I didn't go, I saved Reese, but I didn't go with Reese. So we're not like romantic with Reese. So let's see what this does. Let's get through these really quick. So this is all the same. I think the Forbidden Wings are pretty much the same. There's like a handful of different things there, but it's very little. So I don't think there's a lot here. I think you can probably... We'll probably be able to attack Wayne again. That would seem logical, but I don't think there's much of a change outside of that. Take the handle, we'll follow the music, we'll talk to Wayne again. Yeah, see, attack him. So we can attack Wayne again if we want to. Wayne effortlessly grabs your arm as you swing at him, pinning it against the wall. Rot floods your nostrils, and for a moment you find yourself unable to struggle against his overwhelming strength. I've grown fond of your outbursts. But there's something that needs to be said before I let you go. The witch holds some of the final pieces. Find her, pry them from her hands, and then everything should start falling into place. Your thoughts wander, searching for someone who might fit that description. You draw a blank. Unless you've already started to forget about her. Memory is a disloyal thing, isn't it? Physical, easily manipulated. But something being missing from your head doesn't mean it's gone from the world.
We are not. No, Petey, do you want to? Okay, so this is interesting. So we now have different dialogue here. Wayne can't be trusted. Tabitha can't be trusted. Tabitha's just as in the dark as I was. Tabitha deserves a chance to explain herself. Tabitha needs to explain herself. Everything in the Forbidden Wing was ancient. Tabitha has nothing to do with it. Let's act like we fully believe Tabitha.
The Forbidden Wing is forbidden. It's in the name. It's possible that Tabitha didn't even know anything was in there. And if she did know something was hidden away, it's possible she has no idea what that something was. Still, the events of this morning aren't the sort of thing you can casually move to the back of your mind. You have to act.
Okay, so let's see what happened here in the last day. Met the mayor. Okay, Tabitha shot him. I threw myself between him and Tabitha and allowed him to escape. Found Stella with Tabitha and the three of us talked together. Stella told us what happened to her parents. Okay. Okay, so let's see if we can try to find the witch, I guess.
Now isn't a time for unnecessary confrontations. Wayne told you to find the witch, and he notably didn't tell you to take this to Tabitha.
Only you have no idea where to even begin finding this witch. Or for that matter, who she, you assume she's a she, could possibly be. So this is the same. Oh, we got some more stuff here. Interesting. There's a blurred place that comes to your mind when you think about this witch. Less of a place and more of a location. Less of a location and more of the idea of a location. A sort of almost location where you feel like you would know where it's meant to be, but where you couldn't for the life of you describe it, but you could follow that important feeling. Okay, let's do that. Trace the fraying threads of memory forgotten. You follow that blurry feeling, your attention drawn with a tunnel-like focus to the rhythmic falling of your feet, your surroundings distant and unreadable. You lose sense of time as you go. But then footfall stops and you find yourself on Scarlet Hollow's main street, in front of an old bricked-up building that you don't recall ever seeing before. And yet you know that this is the place you're meant to go. So we got Miles here. I think this is the same conversation with Miles. Yeah, this is the same conversation with Miles. So this is the same still. There's somebody missing, okay. And then he's gonna give us the map, I think, again. Yeah, so Miles giving us the map is the same. And then let's go to Tabitha. Tabitha needs to know what's been hidden away in her home. Your cousin needs to know what's been hidden away in her home. If you keep the events and discoveries of this morning hidden from her, the two of you will never be able to resolve the dark secrets that linger in the shadows of your shared history. And Scarlet Hollow, right? By the time you notice where your legs are taking you, you're already en route to the Scarlet Mines. You stumble down the road, your panicked thoughts directing themselves as a pointed arrow towards your destination. Things will make sense again, just as soon as you get where you're going. Oh gosh, okay, we gotta get past this strike. This is a massive strike. Though once you arrive, you're once again met by the sounds of an angry crowd. The strike, it seems, is raging on, perhaps even angrier than before, bolstered by their increasing number. What is this? Look at this. Your heart shrank. 3, 5, 1, whatever that day. United we stand. Bitch boss? What the fuck? Higher wages, sick leave, health benefits, bitch boss? I am unhappy with the treatment I am receiving as a worker in the Scarlet Mines. Lunch ladies stand with the workers. This is because we left the kids in the mine, I think. Interesting. Well, we're starting to get chummy with how much we see your face around here. Come to see how the strike is going on this beautiful Friday morning? I think you'll find us doing just fine.
despite the boss's best efforts. Yeah, it doesn't matter that I got fired. If she thought that would get me on the picket line, she was surely mistaken. Now I've got all the time in the world to stand around out here with a bullhorn, and plenty of reasons to do so. She tried to scare us, but joke's on her. Davis is one of the best men we know, so all she managed to do was get us even more riled up. She can't intimidate us if we refuse to be intimidated. That's right, and we've got numbers on our side. So you can let her know if she thinks she can wait us out, she's only wasting her own time and money. Best to just sit down for a conversation and get this over with. The children yearn for the mines, right? Okay, let's see what we have here. You should let me go and have a chat with her. I think we'll have a lot to talk about. If you want any more reason to hate my cousin, there's a secret torture chamber in the estate. You can even go and see for yourself. You can see here. You should let me go and have a chat with her. I think we'll have a lot to talk about. Well, I like the sound of that. Give her hell, please, if you don't mind. Alright, folks, we're letting this one through. Make way. Okay, well, here we go. The picketing miners step aside, clearing a path for you to enter. You start up the hill, unimpeded on your way to your cousin's office. Here you are, outside of your cousin's office. The only thing left to do is to go inside. Say knock, knock. Let's knock first. You walk up to Tabitha's trailer and knock on the door. You wait for a moment.
What is it now? Come in.
You enter your cousin's office to find her seated at her desk, shotgun in hand, eyeing its mechanism with focused intent. You're more than familiar with this firearm. It was only last night that you saw your cousin use it to deadly effect.
I can't imagine the crowd you had to wade through to get here. They're really starting to get on my nerves. But they don't have a leg to stand on, and they know that. I can wait them out. I have nothing to lose but the mine, right? Who cares? Let them try to run the damn place. See how easy it is. What am I saying? I'm not that desperate. They're the desperate ones. I'm fine. So, what made you decide to come bother me today?
Okay. Shall we start crying? A little Shadow, thank you. So this is an interesting, look at all the options we have here. Say nothing, let your silence speak. Do you know what our family's done? I was in a forbidden wing this morning. I know about the family secrets, Tabitha. Wayne kidnapped me in my sleep. He dragged me off to the forbidden wing. Tabitha, I wound up in the forbidden wing. What's with the gun? I guess we should start crying. Let's see what she does then. You don't say anything. Instead of words, the only thing that comes out of you are tears. We should probably save. So this is an interesting conversation here. We can muck around with that.
Are you crying? Stop doing that. You wanted to talk, right? That's fine. That's okay. We'll talk. Now, stop crying, please.
Okay. See ya, Shadow. Thanks for checking in, bro. I appreciate you. Okay. Let's tell her about the letters.
I found these letters from your dad stashed away in a drawer. My dad? But why would he? No, you're wrong. He never sent me anything. He's not that kind of person. Clearly, there's some family secrets that were kept even from you.
You slide the cards you took from Edwardine's room across to Tabitha's desk.
He wanted me to visit?
There's a glimmer in Tabitha's eye, just for a second, but she blinks it away, anger flooding back in.
This doesn't mean anything. Pearl Ann knew him better than I ever did, and she never had a good word to say about him. Not one. It's easy to send letters once a year. It's easy to write little notes and stupid kitschy cards to someone you don't know, pretending that it's someone you care about. But he didn't come back, did he? Pearl Ann was protecting me. She knew what he was really like.
What happened to fuck Pearl Ann?
Look, it's complicated, okay? We had a complicated relationship. And this just makes it more complicated. But doing this, it does sound like her, doesn't it? Look, is this all you came here to do? To try to get me to turn on my dead mother 2 days before I'm supposed to bury her?
Ooh, we got a lot of options here. Interesting. You filled Tabitha in on the stone you found last night, the one that gave you the vision about Teddy. The visions feel important. Something's slowly being communicated to you, though you don't have enough of a picture to know exactly what.
So you're suggesting there are more, and I assume implying that we should go looking for them? Do you want more seizures? You want brain damage? What if the next one gives you an aneurysm? You don't know, and that's ignoring the fact that there's always some insane nonsense going on around them. That's also bad.
Okay.
You sound scared, but you don't have to be. We can face it together. Why would I be scared about there being more rocks? I mean, not that I even think that there are anymore. Whatever. I'd rather not think about them, okay?
Okay, well, she doesn't want to talk about that. I found our family's medical records yesterday.
God, you're such a snoop.
The records say that Teddy died in a mine collapse, but a vision showed me that he lived, and it's not like they even recovered a body.
Another vision, huh? Almost none of the miners were recovered. They were buried under tons of rock. It just wasn't feasible. And people took advantage of that. There was a guy who briefly showed up claiming to be Teddy, but he was a grifter, so, he got chased out shortly after. If your vision was showing you anything, it was that.
Okay. Ooh, should we do this? Let's talk about Pearl Ann.
Let's talk about Pearl Ann. What is there to talk about?
Ooh. How much did she tell you? What really happened to her? That's probably accusing Tabitha. I don't think we want to do that.
If you don't want to talk about her, fine. Great. Let's save that conversation for another time.
Should we tell her about the cell?
And there was a cell, Tabitha, in the Forbidden Wing. So you've been in the Forbidden Wing, where I told you not to go.
It was hidden away. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's been used recently.
You shouldn't have gone in there. Clearly, it's made you upset, and you could have fallen and broken your neck or something. Why didn't you just listen to me? At least this might scare you off from going in again. There's nothing worth finding, just a bunch of cobwebs and bad memories. And whatever this room is that freaked you out, it was probably just storage.
Okay. Let's make an... Ooh. Oh my, what's gonna happen if we do the wrong thing? I guess make an emotional appeal. Okay, well, let's not... So we can accuse her. This place is cursed. I don't get why you took my spot in the library. Everything seems to point to you having it out for me, except that. You've lied to me so many times. All I know is that you're a liar, Tabitha. Whatever you have planned for me, what if you just didn't do it? Okay, I guess we'll do this.
We're family, Tabitha. Doesn't that mean something?
Tabitha waves her hand, motioning desperately for everything to stop.
Our family has done terrible things. Is that what you really want me to say? Is that what you really want me to admit? Fine, I admit it, but I'm part of that family you hate so much. And those terrible things were all done for a reason. There's a legacy. There's a whole economy at stake here. The mines have to keep running. They put food on people's tables. People who otherwise wouldn't get to eat. There are entire generations here who have gotten to lead decent, comfortable lives because the mines keep running. And don't you dare to try to tell me how hard the work is. I know how hard it is. But this isn't just the miners we're talking about. It's their wives. It's their kids. Every single person you've met this week, even the ones who hate me, all of them depend on me keeping the mines running. And the only way they've kept running has been through the suffering of a handful of people. A handful of Scarlets.
Tabitha's voice has become gradually quiet, mournful.
Isn't it worth that little bit of pain if it keeps the wheels turning? Just for another decade, or two. Just a little longer?
She slides slowly down in her chair, deflating as if collapsing under some weight. She lets out a long, pained sigh.
Fuck. Fuck. Forget about all of this. You need to find the rest of those stone carvings, right? I know where to find more. We'll go together. The last 2 Scarlets, right?
She can't hold it together anymore. The cracks in her facade of icy stoicism have become too much. It breaks completely and the tears finally flow.
I guess I didn't realize how tired I was, dealing with this on my own.
Make your cousin cry. Oh, that's sad. Wait, shit, I did it? I made her cry? Am I not supposed to make her cry? Talk to me, Tabitha. What's going on? You clearly know things that I don't.
I'm not used to talking about this stuff, okay? Don't rush me. It's probably better if you see most of it for yourself anyway. But you can trust me now. I mean it.
Oh, did I? How many outcomes are there in a conversation? Oh my god, are there really bad? This is my Tabitha slime file though. Like this is my slime. Look at this. Look at this, Blue. This is the Tabitha slime file. Like, return to my cousin's estate, right? Chased after Stella and a bunch of delinquents with Tabitha, right? So woke up in my cousin's guest room. And then we have, what else did we do? Spent some quality time with my cousin, right? Invited Tabitha to go ghost hunting. Tabitha actually sacrificed here too. That's why she's old as hell. What else did I do? Oh yeah, we're with Oscar. Don't ask me why, because I wanted to see if Stella would go with Tabitha again. So, and here we went and found Stella with Tabitha, and then they made up, and I called her for Reese. So this is like my Tabitha slime file. Really. Okay.
It's okay. You're not alone anymore.
Tabitha glances away, hiding a fresh bout of tears.
Stop being all nice. I can't stand it. Come on. We're going.
Okay, well, let's go with Tabitha. You leave your cousin's office together. Her usual tense posture has melted into furtive exhaustion, the look of a cornered animal at the end of a hunt, ready to strike out and defend herself with all she has. You start towards your car. But you don't make it 2 steps before you're met by an unfortunately familiar face. I'm not sure if you're aware, but there's a mob of angry miners at the gates, and they did not make it easy to access the premises. Threw an egg at my car.
I'm aware of the situation, officer. Now, if you'll excuse us, we have places to be.
So sorry to bother you, Miss Scarlet, but I was actually here to, well, you see, I'm here on police business regarding... I gave the name I gave my slime character.
Could you speed this up, please?
I'm here to apprehend the suspect.
The suspect? My cousin? My cousin? Officer, I assume you haven't somehow forgotten who I am in the last 2 seconds?
No, ma'am. Tabitha Scarlet, owner of the Scarlet Mines. Of course I know who you are, ma'am.
Then you must know it wouldn't be a very good idea to test my patience by threatening my last remaining family member with an arrest. Do you know that?
Affirmative, ma'am, but I don't serve the Scarlets. I serve this town. And being a Scarlet by blood doesn't protect anyone from the law.
Okay, so you're going to arrest my cousin anyway. On what charges, exactly?
I'm still investigating the collapse in the Shaw mine the other day, and your cousin's the prom...
So you have no evidence?
I have plenty of... The officer's radio crackles to life. Franklin, pick up already. We ain't got all day, boy. Sheriff, I'm actually just in the middle of a discussion with Miss Scarlet, trying to apprehend...
Your thug is trying to arrest my cousin on false charges.
Everybody quiet, I don't want to hear it. We've got a situation we need you for, Franklin, so get down to the farms pronto. Got ourselves a possible 187 brewing. 10-4.
How lucky, officer, because let me tell you, if you laid a single hand on Talita's head, I would not have rested until I had your badge in my hand and your ass on the curb. We're actually heading out that way anyway. Mind giving us an escort? We can follow along right behind you.
Miss Scarlet, this sounds like it might be a very serious situation. I don't think it's wise for any civilians to get involved. Franklin, quit pussyfooting up there! I don't give a shit if anybody follows around. We need you here ASAP. Fine, what the sheriff says goes. But bring your cousin. We'll finish this later. Alright, here we go. The officer hurries back to his car, leaving you with your freedom preserved, at least for the time being. So we can get arrested? Can we get arrested if Tabitha doesn't like us?
I hope me doing that means something to you.
Can we get arrested? Like in cuffs and then we just get thrown into the farm? Sacrificed to the sigil. She says nothing else before walking to her car and motioning for you to follow. And you do, slipping into the passenger seat. The two of you ride in near silence, following the sirens all the way out to the farms on the edge of town. Okay, it's the end of okay, let's save this one too. I got more, guys. I got more. There's more to explore. Let me know if you get bored of me doing this, by the way. I think this is another file I have. Yeah, see, this is Mystical and Booksmart. Okay, let's see what we have here then. Called Tabitha, crashed with Stella, has visited Avery. Oh, this is interesting. I think this is my Kaneeka file. Do you guys want to see? I wonder if we forgot Kaneeka here too. Because I'm pretty sure this is my Kaneeka file. Let's do a recap of episode 4. Okay, you open your eyes. It's a new day. But your thoughts are interrupted by the buzz of your phone on a nightstand. See, and we remember Kaneeka here. Because we're in a relationship with Kaneeka. That's interesting. Let's see here. Visit Oscar at the library. Went up to the mines. Okay, Reese transformed into a monster. Okay, this is where Reese is sedated, but we're in a relationship with Kaneeka here. See? So
Hope you made it home okay. Haven't heard from Stella since last night. How about you?
Check your messages, and there's nothing from Stella. Wow, so if you're in a relationship with Kaneeka, you remember Kaneeka? Blue, you had Mystical, right? Is it the relationship with Kaneeka why I remember Kaneeka, or is it the Mystical trait? This is my only playthrough I have Mystical, I'm pretty sure. I think it's a relationship, right? Now listen here, Hugby. Big Betty was set to win a blue ribbon, so don't you go telling me she was just a pumpkin. We worked real hard to get her that big. Raised her up from a seed. It's just not fair, officer, sir. I understand that and all, but I just don't see what y'all want us to do about it. I know y'all cared a lot about this pumpkin, but as it stands, this simply isn't a job the police can help you with. Now, if you were able to find some kind of evidence that Julius or somebody else stole Big Betty of yours, then you could get a lawyer involved and take it to small claims court. Dang it, deputy. Ain't finding evidence what y'all supposed to be good for? That Julius has been stealing what rightfully belongs to the Callaways for all his life, and you folks ain't done a lick of policing to put an end to it. Tulip made up some imaginary friends and keeps telling us that they want her to go out there, like the word of some fictional creature she made up is going to convince us it's a good idea for her to play in somebody's old garbage. But she's 7. Of course she would get some funny little idea like that. I'd love to get the community to rally around a big cleanup. It's about time somebody got rid of all that junk. There's a small gathering of workers outside the entrance to the mines, picket signs in hand. You push past the old woman, heading up the staircase to Kaneeka's room. Sybil calls after you, but you ignore her. Something isn't right here. Ooh, her body is soft against yours, and you can feel her heart beating quickly in her chest. Is this a better romance for you, Petey, if you're still here? She runs her hands across your back and smiles, her eyes filled with a warm joy that you haven't seen before in your short stay. This is wild. I had no idea any of this was here. An entire hospital wing rotting away for decades behind some flimsy drywall? His voice sounds distant. Your sole focus is finding it. Your feet move without prompting, and you stumble down the hallway towards the far wall, barely registering the antique clutter as you stagger past it. Whoa, are you okay? You don't respond, and you don't bother to retrieve the axe. The wall's rotten, water damage having eaten away at the wood over the course of unknowable years. The planks nearly reduced to sawdust. We tear into it.
Okay, so this is our sigil.
Enemies upstairs, enemies outside. We're surrounded. Even if I get out of this house, I won't be safe. You won't be safe.
Okay, so in this one we locked up Reese. And we called Tabitha, I think, as well. Yo, Peter, thank you for Gigantified Emo. What are your weekend plans? So yeah, I'm pretty sure we locked him up. I think I called Tabitha too, so I think he got shot. But I kind of just wanted to see if we remembered Kaneeka here, which we do. Which is good. Yeah, there's Tabitha. I do think we kept him alive, but we kept him alive and locked up. You leap forward, placing your body between Tabitha and the whimpering Reese. His face already trying to stitch itself back together as he rides on the ground. Okay, so we got him in the safe room here. So Reese is locked up. And Reese is in the room. Or Wayne's in the room, sorry. Okay. Now we're gonna wake up in the estate all the same. Alright, so I wake up in the estate. But we remember Kaneeka here, which is pretty interesting. So I wonder if we remember Kaneeka because we're in a relationship with Kaneeka or because of the mystical trait. I think it's because we're in a relationship with Kaneeka. But I could also see it be mystical, so maybe you're less susceptible to Sybil's mind control or whatever's going on there. Move the carpet. Okay, this is new. Mystical move the carpet. You pull the carpet up, exposing the bare floor and revealing what lies beneath. Oh, here. Interesting. Mystical. It pains you to stand in this space. Emotions hang over you. Strong, oppressive, and overwhelming thoughts that threaten to fill your lungs. You don't feel death here. You feel something worse. A deeper loss. One that's left a wound that has refused to scar. Gonna drink some coffee while his wife is at work. His wife works weekends? Oh my god, have fun. Condolences to her. You pull the carpet up, exposing the bare floor and revealing what lies beneath. An ornate ring of sigils has been carved into the floor, 5 along the edges with a 6th in the center. The circle emits a now uncomfortably familiar feeling. You can feel your gaze forced to crawl over every intricate detail of the carving in front of you. The serpents wrapped around the staff give you flashes of the room beyond the morgue, and the darkness that swept through the house once it had been uncovered. The fist and chain make you feel like you're back in the claustrophobic confines of the mines, surrounded by the angry hammering of its memories. Well, this is an interesting time. The horns have the same nightmarish, dreamy feeling of the world constructed by the furious ghost of Charles Shaw Jr. You can pet him, he'll probably bite your hand. The others are new to you. The feelings they emit are less intense, giving only vague impressions of what they may be tied to. Golden fields, the mewling of fresh souls just slithering out from their womb and desperate to be fed. Another that rings like bells in your mind, calling you not towards it but away from it, pushing you from its threshold and into the darkness. The central symbol is the strongest of all. It echoes out across the room, a vast ego proclaiming its dominance. This is all further confirmation of what the map in Enoch's study suggested. Okay, you continue forward towards the door on the far side of the room. What are my traits again in this playthrough? Mystical and book smart, okay. You exit into a short hallway. There are stairs here leading back down to the lower floors. But there's also another door. It's hanging ajar. Okay, this is the same dialogue again, I think. This is a prison cell. Let's see if there's a mystical here. Ah, here. Mystical. It almost looks like a word, though none of the lines meet up, causing you to constantly doubt whether they're letters at all or just lines that fool the eye into imagining shapes that aren't there. Okay, so I think the rest is all the same. This is just Wayne again. No mystical here either, so we just have a regular mystical talk. Shouldn't do that to people. Let's see if he tells me. Alright, this is the puppet talk. Ooh, let's see.
You can call her by her name.
I can't. Not without limiting myself to the rules she's trying to enforce. I speak to what she is, not to how she wants to be seen.
Okay, so we had that. Let's see what he says about the phrase on the wall. I don't think we've had this dialogue yet. And the phrase scrawled on that wall. What was it? Why does it feel bad to think it? I'm glad you noticed. It's a weapon. Hold on to it. Okay, so that's mystical. We only got that because of mystical, I'm pretty sure. Here's the towns of prison. Does Tabitha know? Okay. Okay, let's get out. It's just a science here. Okay, this is normal. Let's do, oh, Booksmart one. Booksmart one's kind of cool too. That's true. Everything you found in the Forbidden Wing could have been the work of an unreliable narrator. Not that it saves you from the ever-tightening grip of anxiety strangling your lungs. The events of this morning aren't the sort of thing you can casually move to the back of your mind. You have to do something. Okay, so let's see what happens if we go to Miles now. Now isn't the time for unnecessary confrontations. Wayne told you to find the witch, and he noticeably didn't tell you to take this to Tabitha. There's only one person in town who possibly fits that description. Sybil. She's known more than she's let on. Okay. It's time to see what she has to say for herself. Let's go to the general store to find Sybil. A purpose in mind, you make your way towards Main Street. Some place that you remember never existed. Huh. And yet when you arrive, what you find is not the general store, but rather an old bricked-up building where you're certain the general store used to be. Or rather, where you're almost certain it used to be, since renovations like this don't happen overnight. Hey! You turn to see Miles. At least his presence here meets your expectations of what the world should look like. The only question that remains is whether he knows what's going on with the space that used to be the Scarlet Hollow general store. Faye, I have to talk to you. There's something going on, but I can't remember what. It has to do with Sybil and somebody else, and that somebody else feels really important. And it feels like if I don't remember before it's too late, somebody's gonna... Never mind. So stupid. I just sound crazy. A rare instance for sounding crazy might just lead to answers, like where you can find a sister who should be here, but isn't. Oh, we can actually mention her name. Someone else, like Kaneeka, maybe? Like who? Miles glances away. I don't think so. I don't know anybody named... Wait, what was it? He turns back to face you when you see a glimmer of tears in his eyes, although he's trying to hide it. You just said it. Why can't I remember what you said? His voice breaks, making him sound younger than he is. It made me feel so bad, like there's somebody who's supposed to be there, but they're not. It's like when Dad died. It's just like that, but nobody's dead, right? You gotta help me, please. I don't know what's going on, and I'm scared. Oh, we can actually call Sybil out. Sybil's a part of this. I'm sure of it. We need to find her. I don't know where she is. Last I saw, she was heading out somewhere, and she was with somebody. I can't remember anything. This is so stupid. He tries to collect himself, wiping away his tears and choking back whatever remaining sobs he had left. Look, there was this guy on the edge of town, Julius. He is crazy, but I remember him coming around and asking questions, and he always had this notebook with him. I don't remember what he asked me, but he'll remember it. You gotta go talk to him, or get him to show you his notebook. He probably knows more than anybody about what's going on. I didn't want to have to ask anybody to help me, but it's like, I can't think straight. I need somebody to do this for me. I don't want to feel like this anymore. Not again. Okay, so he gives us the map. So the map is the same. So, because we're with... This place seems like a dead end, but you have a new lead to follow, and one that incidentally points you in the same direction as the old map you found in Enoch's study. The next stone, destiny, seems to be calling you. Will you answer its call? Okay, let's go to Julius's farm, but it's gonna end the episode, I'm pretty sure. And this is the end of part 1 of episode 5. Part 2, the chapter's finale, will be releasing next Friday, February 20th. Interesting. Okay. So we can do that. Get all the saves we're making. So then there's one more playthrough that I think is with Stella. Let's check that out and see what happens if you go with Stella. I'm kind of curious. So now we can do the new episode with Stella Romance and see what happens there. We'd like to see a recap. No. Okay. You feel like you've had a good night's sleep for the first time in days and know you have her to thank for it. Sorry it took a while, but I need to set up a Stella Romance. I couldn't find the Stella Romance thing I had.
Kyle, I hope I wasn't too noisy in here. I wanted you to be able to get some more sleep. I know it's early. Still, it can't be too bad to wake up to somebody making pancakes for you, even if it's at the crack of dawn.
Oh, give her a morning kiss. Wow. You take a step forward, leaning in close. You can feel Stella's smile broaden as you plant a gentle kiss on her cheek.
Aw, Kyle, you can do better than that.
Before you can pull away, she takes your face in her flower-dusted hands, pressing her soft lips to yours. We kept the pug alive. I wonder if you have to keep the pug alive for the romance. She smirks as she turns back to the pan. How'd you sleep?
Aren't I the host here? Isn't that what I'm supposed to ask you? But I slept great. Of course I did. Thanks again for everything you did yesterday. You have no idea how light I feel right now.
Can't believe you made me pancakes. You're amazing.
Breakfast's the most important meal of the day, right? And I wanted to make sure today started out special. You've really been there for me this week. Making you food's the least I can do. And that's the last one. Let's have ourselves a breakfast feast.
Okay, well. Stella motions with pancake-laden plate towards the table. You take a seat. What are pink eggs? I don't know. Pink eggs? Interesting. You take a multi-layered bite of Stella's pancakes. They're incredible. Perfectly crispy crust with a light and fluffy interior, still steaming from the heat of the pan, with a generous pour of maple syrup adding a flavorful sweetness. A rich, buttery aftertaste lingers on your palate. A stack of these, made with love by someone who cares about you, is a perfect way to start your day. Hey, before we figure out our plans for today, we should talk about Reese.
Why? Did something happen?
You take a deep breath, then proceed to explain everything. Stella stares down at her pancakes in shock, trying to process what you just said.
Reese was a monster? The whole time? I mean, I'm sure it was pretty shocking and scary in the moment, but I gotta admit, one of my best friends turning out to be some kind of supernatural creature is basically a dream come true. I hope we run into him today. I bet he looks so cool. I wonder if he'll give an interview for my channel.
Okay. Marry this one. You like her? I think she's okay. I don't know. It's so good to have you back. Really missed you yesterday.
It's good to be back. Sitting out in the cold all day, feeling miserable, wasn't exactly fun, but I guess it's something I had to do. I'm surprised you went out and did anything without me to drag you all over town. Seems like the mysteries of Scarlet Hollow finally grabbed you, huh? Today's gonna be an exciting day. I just know it. Hopefully good exciting, but if it turns out to be bad exciting, at least neither one of us will have to deal with it alone.
Interesting.
Seems like everything that's happened so far is connected to your family. I've been itching to explore the Forbidden Wing since I first started hanging out with Tabby. Maybe we could sneak in today and see if it has any clues.
Okay. Hell yeah, let's snoop. As soon as Tabitha told me the Forbidden Wing was forbidden, I've needed to see what's in there. Yo, Valen, good to see you.
Right? You can't just name something the Forbidden Wing and expect people to not want to explore it. She's practically asking us to sneak in.
Okay, so she's coming with us to the Forbidden Wing.
Alright, pancakes have been eaten, and I'm fueled up for today's activities. Let's head out.
Stella stands up, Gretchen hopping down from her chair to stand at Stella's side, and the two of them lead you to the door and out to the chilly morning air. The walk through town's quiet. It's early, and though you can smell the diner cooking up breakfast for hungry miners and brewing coffee for cops to sip while ignoring the horrors plaguing Scarlet Hollow, Main Street's deserted. You and Stella feel like the only people in the world, watching the sunrise over the library. The estate looms over the three of you, more unwelcoming than it's ever been, as if the small bit of time you've spent away in a small house still full of the love that built it has made the mere thought of the crumbling manor unbearable.
Wow. I can barely remember the last time I made my way up that hill. Pearl Ann didn't exactly make it easy for me to see Tabitha, so we usually hung out anywhere else we could think of. Your aunt had a tendency to shoot first and ask questions later, so I figured it was best not to risk winding up at the business end of her shotgun. You only make that mistake once. Sad to see how much worse it's gotten. That cliff used to be a lot farther away from the house, but it's claimed a lot of ground. The place looks like it could fall any day now. It used to be such a beautiful house.
Either you cross the threshold, the ancient door creaking open to reveal the familiar dusty foyer. Knowing Tabitha isn't here to keep you in line gives the place a new feeling, like you have complete ownership of the place, and that any secrets it once held are yours to be uncovered, if only you can figure out where to look. That's what Petey meant. Oh, I think it's the both of you, honestly. Y'all dirty men.
You can feel how much the floor is tilting. Jeez.
The place has really gone to the dogs since the last time I was here. Everything feels so much older and disused.
So, where to first?
Your bedroom! Let's go up to my room first.
Oh, got something up there you want to show me?
Stella gives you a flirtatious wink.
Lead the way.
The two of you make your way up the rickety stairs and into the guest room. The moment you enter the room, Gretchen and Frou-Frou start growling at each other. Poor Frou-Frou! Uh-oh. This is gonna be trouble. Gretchen lets out a short, sharp yap. That's all it takes for Frou-Frou to launch from the bed, skittering away down the hallway. You hear her gallop down the stairs, undoubtedly returning to her spot in the kitchen. Gretchen's victorious.
Anyway, if I remember correctly, this is Pearl Ann's old room, right?
Tabitha really wasted no time getting this place turned over for guests. Someone's been here. The closet's wide open and its contents have been dragged out into the room. A discolored residue smeared on some of the larger boxes, giving you a hint as to who might be behind the invasion of privacy.
Holy shit, this mess has got to be Wayne, right? I think I'd know if you were that, messy.
Does that mean this is where Pearl Ann died?
I wouldn't know. Tabitha hasn't really said anything about it, but she died in her sleep, so one can assume. It's okay. You can just sleep in my bed for the rest of the week. If Tabitha gets mad, oh well, she shouldn't have made you sleep in a dead lady's bed without even telling you.
You haven't played League, so life is good. I like how those sentences are together. Do you still play games, or is it just kind of too busy now? Okay, well. The closet was not like this yesterday morning.
So your room's been tampered with. All the more reason to check it out.
You and Stella cross the room to investigate the open closet door. The back of it hangs slightly ajar. Looks like it was never a solid wall at all, but rather a door previously hidden behind the pile of boxes and papers that was dragged out of the way overnight. There's no doorknob, only a small circle of metal where the doorknob would be, punctuated with a keyhole.
Is that a hidden door? Yes, I knew it! I knew there were going to be hidden passages.
Stella whips out her camera, nearly fumbling and dropping it in excitement, but she regains her steadiness, aiming into the gloom of the closet at the sliver of light from the room beyond.
Stellars, you are not going to believe this. We're here in the Scarlet Estate, trying to get to the bottom of what exactly is going on around town, and have just uncovered this hidden door.
Okay. We're going in. We're going in.
That's right.
You both step forward. Stella filming, she dramatically opens the door, its hinges creaking appropriately. Well, I've mostly still been playing League, but I'm doing Scarlet Hollow now.
This just came out, like it's the first part of a new episode, so it just came out today, so I figured I would play that here. The room you find yourselves in is mostly barren, with no real furniture to speak of. The wallpaper's peeling with neglect, and the floor tilts uncomfortably beneath you. Already you can see why Tabitha would be so intent on keeping you out of these unused rooms. This doesn't feel like a place for humans anymore.
Wow, an exclusive look at the ruins of the Scarlet Estate. Even if we don't find anything supernatural in here, this is already really great stuff.
Before you is a long hallway, age-stained curtains fluttering in the breeze flowing in through cracked glass. Weak sunlight illuminates the dust dancing on the air. An ornate entryway, its door long gone, breaks the monotony of the faded wallpaper, and a staircase looms at the far end.
Oh, those are fresh prints.
She zooms in on what you now notice is a faint trail of human footprints along the dusty floor of the hallway.
Oh, looks like our friend has been doing some exploring of his own. We'll have to be careful. I'd rather not run into him while sneaking around in here.
You both make your way to the dark doorway in the middle of the corridor. It's a parlor. Of course, the Scarlets of old would have had a dedicated space to entertain their guests. It would feel elegant if not for the massive crack that runs the entire length of the floor. The air here stinks of mildew. You can see why Tabitha doesn't want you exploring these rooms. There's a large painting on the far wall of the room. From a distance, it looks like it might depict a town.
Jeez, it's a miracle any of this is still standing. Tabitha should really think about moving before this half of the house decides to finish falling off the cliff.
As Stella excitedly films B-roll of the ruined parlor, something else catches your eye too. A bookshelf, or rather, what's left of a bookshelf, hanging by a single rusted hinge. Its sagging shelves reveal some sunless space beyond, once hidden but now exposed by the rot of this house. And it seems that Stella spotted it too, as she turns her camera towards the dark entryway.
A hidden room? Oh man, the fans are gonna love this.
So the painting first, though. The painting highlights a number of old buildings and locales, many of which you've already visited. Town Hall, the estate, the mines, and the clinic, still called a hospital at the time of this painting. The church, and then there's something you've yet to see, the historical Callaway Tremaine homesteads.
And that would be our little town. Oh, there's a plaque under it. In commemoration of Enoch Scarlet, head of the Scarlet Hollow Landmark Revitalization Project. Let the past never be forgotten.
Oof, I feel like writing something like that is just asking to wind up gathering dust in a neglected room like this.
Let this be a lesson to all of my viewers looking to immortalize their life's work. So, all two of you, maybe.
You're waiting for two people to be on the stairs, being too much for it. It would have been kind of funny. It's interesting that Stella goes with us, though. If we're in a relationship with Stella, she goes with us, and if she doesn't, then I think we're alone, always alone in the wings. Maybe with Dustin, the opossum, but that's it. Stella takes you by the hand, her grip lending you a sense of security, even as you both step over the wide gap in the floor. Together, you duck between the shelves, stepping over water-damaged books and into the darkness of the hidden room. And the space is dark, its features barely illuminated by the faint light trickling in through the myriad of cracks and holes in the wall. The wallpaper, a deep, exquisite red, adds a blood-like glow to the dimness. The walls are lined with ornate display cabinets, some empty, some still presenting their antique treasures. Nestled between the cabinets, a single tall bookshelf remains standing, its occupants dusty, but mostly intact. But all of these are ornamental details. Your focus is drawn to an expensive-looking antique desk in the center of the room. Gretchen barks out at the rest of the room, attempting to intimidate whatever it is she smells.
Shh, Gretchen. We wouldn't want anybody to find us here. Who knows? They might try to seal it back up, Amontillado style.
Gretchen quiets down, but that doesn't stop her from thoroughly investigating the space.
And this is it, Stellars, the kind of find every urban explorer hopes for. A hidden room locked away in the Scarlet Estate, full of weird artifacts and keepsakes no one was ever supposed to find. They weren't counting on a couple of investigative documentarians like us going looking, but here we are, about to blow your family's sordid past right open.
Okay, examine the bookshelf first. Maybe the collection of literature can help you learn about this room's occupant.
You approach the shelf, your eager eyes poring over titles for anything that seems to stand out. The upper shelves are mostly classic fiction. Moby Dick, Shakespeare, various Dickens novels. Nothing that stands out as particularly interesting. The bottom shelf seems to be home to reference books. Heavy volumes of long outdated construction law. Treatises on various aspects of the coal industry, but there's also a book on city planning that stands out to you. The spine is marked with a dot. You pull it out, the shelves above shifting precariously, as if the book held some load-bearing purpose. The instant you crack its spine, a slip of paper falls out. Ancient, fragile, and yellowed with age. Some kind of map. It's an old map of Scarlet Hollow, and somebody circled a bunch of important landmarks. Town Hall, the mines, the clinics, the old farmhouses, too. And wait a second. At least 2 of these had stone carvings buried in them, right? I bet anything that we'll find stones at the rest of these places. This is huge. Now we know exactly where we should investigate next. I'll hold on to it. I don't get the feeling that anyone will notice it's gone. Stella takes both the book and the map from your hands, shelving the former and pocketing the latter. Okay, so we need to stay with Stella because she pocketed the map. Let's examine the desk. So we're definitely got to stay with her now. You step towards a desk. Maybe there's something worth finding in its drawers. Okay, so I think this is the same stuff that we saw before. Sorry about my cat, she has a toy. So this is the same with the picture. Oh, here's Stella comments on it. That's good. Hey, I've seen that before. That's a picture of Theodore they put in the local history books. That's your great-great-uncle or something. The one who died in the collapse. I had a vision about him yesterday. No way. Okay. Enoch brought him back here from the hospital. He said they had a plan for fixing all of Teddy's injuries, that they'd be able to do a better job than the doctors. Okay, let's see if she comments on this too, because this is the same. Oh, the opossums are in there? No way. That's funny. So if you don't talk to the opossums, there's opossums in there. The bottom drawer offers some resistance. Okay, this is the same. 2 opossums stare up at you from within a nest of old glass vials, their beady eyes blinking with surprise. Gretchen immediately starts barking and straining to get at the poor beasts, breaking the eerie silence of the forbidden wing in a cacophony of doggy wrath. The opossums fall over, feigning death. Jeez, Gretchen, calm down. I'm not letting you go after a couple of poor little opossums. You don't even have teeth. This isn't a fight you're gonna win. Stella reaches out a foot, holding the squirming Gretchen close to her chest, and slides the drawer shut. The opossums are safely stored away where the bloodthirsty, toothless pug can't try to wrap her gums around their little throats. So if you're not friends with the opossums are in the drawer. Interesting. So if you don't find them, you can't explore the drawer. That's pretty interesting. I mean, yes, sometimes you just gotta focus on IRL, AB, and don't feel bad about that. I just hope stuff is going alright for you, you know? Let's go back to the hallway. So most of the dialogue's the same, but she does chime in sometimes. Let's see where those footprints lead. What are the new McDonald's commercials? You find yourself on the 3rd floor of the estate for the first time. As you take in your surroundings, Stella slowly pans the camera down the length of the hall, working to build dread and tension for her future viewers. She clears her throat again, resuming her narration in a charmingly professional hosting voice. Clearly, Kyle and I are not the only people who have passed through the supposedly forbidden wing. Who knows? We might wind up running into someone else sneaking around in here. If you're watching this as found footage after the 2 of us went missing, now you know where to start looking for our bodies. She drops the camera after her morbid joke, her voice returning to its usual casual cadence. It looks like the footprints go all the way down this hallway into that far door. Really? I haven't seen it yet. Is it that bad of a commercial? You carefully approach the window at the far end of the hall. That sure is a cliff. There's nothing below the window but the tops of distant trees, the ground having crumbled away. The only thing stopping you from plummeting to your death is the straining foundation that still somehow holds this place together. At least for now. Jesus. Let's move the boxes. The boxes slide out of the way with a bit of elbow grease. You push past them into the room beyond. I was so fixated on the footprints, I didn't even realize there was a room there. That probably means it has some really good stuff. The kind of stuff people put away hoping no one will ever find it, you know? The kind of stuff that makes for a great video. Okay. The room is coldly empty. The large antique bed is made. Its sheets ancient and dusty, but still somehow giving off the feeling of tidiness. Even with cobwebs stretched between each corner of its four-poster frame. You step towards the desk. Its drawers practically overflowing with stationery. You start opening drawers. Each one's filled with paper stacked haphazardly, practically spilling out as you attempt to dig through for anything important. Are these bills and receipts are in Edwardine's name? Guess we know whose desk this is. The rest of the room is so neat and tidy. It's amazing that her drawers are such a hoarder's nest of old paper. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Scarlet ladies have always been like this, pretending they have everything together on the surface, then being a total mess on the inside. Sounds like Tabby to a T. Oh, don't tell her I said that, alright? When you reach the bottom right drawers, you find something entirely different. Take your mind. I bet, Petey, I bet. That's what I would say if I were you. I saw you fawning over Stella. Greeting cards, letters, small wrapped packages. Some opened, some sealed, some crumpled into messy balls. You open one of the cards. Both pages are taken up by a handwritten note. Tabby, hope you're doing well. Not a day goes by that I don't miss you. Hope Pearl Ann treats you to your best Christmas yet. I'm not sure what sort of doodads you're into these days, so I sent a little something that made me think of you. I made sure they were the best shells of the bunch. Not sure how rare any of them are, but they're awful pretty and they've still got that beach smell. And make sure you put your ear up to them too. It doesn't compare to the real thing, but it comes close enough. And in case you think that makes me a cheapskate, I made sure to send along a little cash too, so you can get yourself something a little nicer than glorified beach trash. Make sure you get Pearl Ann to take you to the nice toy store, because that's where I'd take you if I was there. If you get the time, I'd love to hear from you. I miss you so much, Tabby, and I'm always thinking of you. You can come out and visit me anytime. I know you've always wanted to see what it's like out east. I made sure to write out my address on the back of this card, just in case you didn't know how to get a hold of me. Been missing you, my incredible, wonderful, amazing daughter. All my love, Dad. Oh my God. Stella lowers the camera, averting its gaze from the deeply personal letters. Tabby said her dad never tried to get in touch, that he just abandoned her. You pull out another from closer to the top of the pile. Happy birthday, Tabby. It's me again, your old dad. So the big 2-0, huh? Can't believe my daughter's such an adult. In my mind, you're still that bouncy little kid doing cartwheels on the front lawn, telling me what various sounds animals make like you're the professor of animal noises. I have no idea if you read these, but I'll keep writing them, even if sometimes it feels like I'm writing them to a ghost. I mean, we haven't spoken in almost 15 years. You're a whole human being now, and I have no idea what you're like. I like to think we get along, though. As always, my address is on the back. I hope you'll decide to come visit me one of these days. Got a guest room all set up, just in case. It's always ready for you, kid. I mean, I think there's Pearl Ann hid the letters from Tabitha, that's for sure. But I think there's a reason why he had to leave. Like something with Scarlet Hollow, like leave or die or something, you know what I mean? I love you and I always will, no matter who you turn out to be. Love, Dad. There are years and years of these. The bottom drawer is almost entirely unopened envelopes, dated from when Tabitha would have been just a kid. All from him. It kind of looks like Edwardine and Pearl Ann were keeping these from Tabitha. On purpose for practically her entire life. I don't even know if we should tell her. I mean, there could have been a good reason, right? Like, maybe he was awful and telling her would just be painful and dredge up bad memories, but... Do we need to make her relationship with Pearl Ann? For all we know, he's dead or he sucks. What do you think she'd want us to do? Tabitha deserves one good thing in her life. I don't care if she yells at us for snooping around back here. You're right. She has to know the truth. Okay, we'll search the closet. It's as lifeless and tidy as the rest of the room. It seems Edwardine kept things neat and orderly, or as neat and orderly as she could, considering the decaying state of the place. And this looks to me like where Pearl Ann would go shopping for Tabby's clothes. It's exactly the sort of thing she wears. In fact, I'm pretty sure I've seen her in that dress before. The only thing here beside the clothes and the shoes is a box, shoved off to one side. You pick it up. Child-sized overalls, striped shirts, a small pair of trousers with suspenders still attached. It's one of those little sailor suits boys from the 50s were always wearing. Boys' clothes? That's weird. When was the last time a boy was born into the family? Other than you. When you pull out the last shirt, a note is revealed, tucked away in the bottom of the box in a protective plastic sleeve. It's scrawled in almost illegible handwriting, written in some thick brown watery ink that's cracked with age.
Mommy, I'm in here too and I love you.
What the? As Stella handles a note, Gretchen anxiously stomps on the floorboards. It's okay, Gretchen. You don't have to squirm so much. It's just paper. Really, really creepy paper. I wonder what Gretchen says if you have talk to animals and you romance Stella and take Gretchen into the Forbidden Wing. That would be interesting, right? Stella zooms in on the unsettling note, making sure the camera takes in every detail. I think Gretchen would give a lot of background info, not gonna lie. Okay, I got the footage I need. You should put that back before you get a curse from it or something. Yeah, I can do that. I can set that up as a playthrough. I just don't think I can do it now. Because I think my playthroughs with Talk to Animals, it's my stream playthrough, and it's super far away from romancing Stella, I think. I think it would take me the better part of an hour to set that up because I'd have to do a new playthrough. I might do that, and then we explore that before the next part of the episode comes out. That might be cool, right? You drop the note back into the box, once again covering it with the clothes. Folks, what you just saw was found in the bottom of a box of boys' clothes hidden away in Edwardine Scarlet's closet. Yet the only children she supposedly ever had were 2 girls. This mystery's getting so thick, it's gone from gumbo to gravy. I found records yesterday, and actually Edwardine had a stillborn boy, and his middle name was Charles. Stella's eyes go wide. No way. You're just winding me up, right? Because that is a bombshell. I mean, do you think Charlie? But then, oh my god. Okay, hear me out. What if he wasn't stillborn? I mean, he would have been a bastard son, right? And with Enoch the way he was, and the fact that your family has the whole Southern Gothic thing going on, I hope we find out more about this. Forget about gravy. This mystery just boiled over. You and Stella return to the hallway. Enter the middle room. Oh boy, we've got a haunted nursery, everybody. Okay. Top shelf is occupied by antique picture books. Dick and Jane, nursery rhymes, ancient editions of Grimm's fairy tales. The lower shelves are full of educational material, from children's encyclopedias to writing practice workbooks. From the sheer number of learning-oriented books on the shelf, you get the impression that the children who lived here were not supposed to be as interested in fun and fiction as they were in diction and spelling. Your family may have been wealthy, but not in joy. You leaf through a few of the practice workbooks, gently turning the near crumbling pages.
Reasons Mommy should take me and Mary Belle to the zoo. 1, we've been very good girls and have not cried for the whole week. 2, Mary Belle says elephants are so big and I would like to see it. And 3, I think it would be very fun and Mommy would have a good time.
All are signed with a carefully scrawled signature of Alexandra Scarlet. You flip through the rest of the book, your eyes unfocused as the many practice sentences and letter copying pages flash by. But something near the back of the book gives you pause. In a section that starts with a prompt, "Today I," Alexandra continues with,
Talk to the boy in the wall.
The boy in the wall? Are you kidding me? People are going to think I planted this or something. It's just too creepy. This last prompt lingers with you. If all these practice books are the same, you wonder what else you'll manage to find on their Today I. You grab the next copy, opening it to the first practice writing page. Today I
Told the boy in the wall about my family.
Oh, that's smart. Let's see if there's any more about him.
And then the boy in the wall said he's happy he has a kid to talk to. I'm also glad because Mary Bell's mean sometimes and tells me what to do. And he's really nice, and I hope he can come out of the wall to play with us soon. Today I told the boy in the wall that I'm sad. He was really nice and told me he knows how to make Mommy be nicer to me. He said Mommy talks him in every night and reads him stories and is never mean. And that if I was in the wall, Mommy would also be nice to me. He said there can only be one kid in the wall, so he will have to switch places with me. But Mommy will be nice to me then, so it's okay.
What?
Today I ate dinner with Mommy. She said she made me special dinner and she sat with me the whole time. And I was a good girl and ate it all. Mommy is proud of me. It was a good day and I'm happy.
And the rest of the book is blank. What the fuck? Okay, so the one kid is locked in the wall. But there's only one that can be locked in the wall. So what if Tabitha wants to switch places with us and have us be the Scarlet that's confined to the town and the mansion so she can leave? What about that? What if that's why she lured us? Like she wants to put the curse on us or something instead.
Alexandra disappeared, didn't she?
You both share a moment of silence, staring down at the empty pages. Only the typed words, "Today I," staring back at you. You're done here! Return to the hall! Hee, bye! Hey, hold on. This encyclopedia has something sticking out of it.
If Daddy plays with me and Mary Bell, if my family goes to the zoo, if Mommy and Grandpa took us to work, and if me and Mary Bell and Mommy and Daddy and Grandpa have a picnic.
All are signed with the carefully scrawled signature of Alexander Scarlet. There's a strange, fantastical element to these pictures. Everyone's smiling and sitting together as any family would in a child's drawing, and yet it feels like these are drawn in the same hopeful way a child would draw a unicorn. Expressions of some reality that Alexander could only dream of. There are less joyful illustrations as well.
Daddy napping
shows their father sleeping in a chair, a bottle of brown liquid conspicuously drawn on the table next to him, the girls hovering in the doorway some distance away.
Mommy going to work
shows the girls crying in the upstairs window of a house as their mother walks away, an angry frown scrawled on her face. Sad sunlight. Wow, these are awful. The viewers are going to eat this up. You get the feeling these are more accurate depictions of the girls' lives. The last picture you pull out gives you pause. There's a new figure here, seemingly drawn behind a barrier. The two girls sit on the other side, smiles on their cartoon faces.
The boy in the wall.
There he is again. I'm assuming at this point that he was definitely real. I wonder what he looked like, or if they ever actually saw him. Stella makes sure to linger on the image, getting plenty of B-roll of the scribbled lines. Alright. You and Stella make your way back to the hallway. Let's go into the farthest room. You continue following the trail of footprints, approaching the farthest room down the hall. The door was clearly meant to be hidden, but it's been left open. Gretchen begins to shake in fear, whining meekly as she glances around the room with wide, anxious eyes. It's okay, Gretchen. It's just a big empty room. There's nothing to be scared of. Stella crosses the room, training the camera on the door on the far side. Like the way you entered, it too has been left ajar, as if inviting you to explore what might be behind it. The doors to this room seem like they would be almost totally invisible if they hadn't been left open. And there aren't handles or anything, just keyholes. So it's gotta be a hidden passage. Amazing. Your family really pulled out all the stops when it comes to creepy stuff. Let's follow Stella. I would have expected Gretchen to tug at the rug or something, though. You exit into a short hallway. There are stairs here, leading back down to the lower floors. But there's also another door. I love how there's scratches on the wall leading into the dungeon. The dungeon room. Do you see the scratches on the wall? Or on the floor, sorry. Kind of spooky, right? It's hanging ajar. There are many locks and deadbolts along its edge glimmering in the weak morning light. The doorframe itself is gouged and splintered, evidence that some desperate creature tried to save itself from the room beyond, time and time again. Holy shit. Gretchen's whining reaches a fever pitch. Jeez, okay, I get it. The scary room's too scary for a little dog like you. You don't have to go in. Just don't go running off anywhere. See how the edge of the door is all messed up? Looks to me like something didn't want to be put back in there. Before you can stop her, Stella steps into the little room, her camera drinking in every detail. Oh my god. You step forward to join her, Gretchen remaining rooted to the floor outside. This was a prison cell. Everything about this place reeks of neglected humanity. The walls are covered in scratches, legible words mixed in with the nonsense of desperate clawing. The one window set high in the far wall is fitted with a thick pane of glass, as if the iron bars just below it wouldn't be enough to hold the imprisoned. You can't help but notice that the doll from your closet sits watching you from the bed, one eyelid drooping. It adds an extra layer of menace to the already deeply unsettling room. It's no human? I mean, maybe they just grew out their nails. Property of Alexandra. Oh, look at all these scratches in the walls. Did a person do this? I can't imagine how much it would have hurt. It stinks too, like nothing I've ever smelled before. I've been in sewer drains that smelled better. Tabby, what happened here, Kyle? What the hell happened here? Your eyes are drawn to the massive almost letters dug as deep into the brick as the cell's prisoner could manage, highlighted with whatever pigments were available. Yeah, there's something, this meant something when we went into the mystical playthrough. When you go into the mystical playthrough, there's like these letters on the wall, you can say something about it to Wayne. And that doll used to be in my closet. Property of Alexandra. Stella walks over to the doll and examines it. Property of Alexandra. Kids always talked about how she went missing. It's one of our town's urban legends. I wonder if they ever found her body. Maybe there wasn't a body to find. The boy in the wall. And then Alexandra. This doesn't all feel like all skeletons in a closet either. The smell's too fresh, and some of those locks on the door are modern. Stella lets the statement hang in the air. I just hope Tabitha didn't know about all this. To think it's possible that the whole time we knew each other, all those nights we stayed up late talking, she might have known this existed? No, she didn't know. She wouldn't have let something like this happen. Let's just get out of here before somebody slams a door on us, or... You and Stella are interrupted by a sound wrapping around you. Music. The tinkling of piano keys played by a clumsy hand. They echo up narrow stairs at the end of the hall, one you're yet to travel. The wall boy is Wayne. I don't think so. I think whatever entity was left in the wall or in the estate now inhabits Wayne's body. Wayne used to be a normal human, though. They offered him up to the whatever is in this house as a vessel, I think. Or as a sacrifice. You hear that creepy music, right? Stella seems uncharacteristically shaken. She clutches at your arm, the camera trembling in her hand. Oh god, someone else is in here. The player's doing this on purpose. It's drawing you forward, inviting you to investigate, asking you to choose to find it. The two of you stagger back into the hall. Do you think it's him? Wayne? Stella seems to swallow her momentary fear, straightening back up and letting the light return to her features. If it's him, he could have information. He seems like he knows a lot about what's been going on in town. And who knows, maybe he'll be more willing to talk now that we found all those secrets your family's been hiding. I don't think Wayne will talk if Stella's there, but let's see for science. And Wayne clearly set all this up for you to see. It's only right for you to hear what he has to say. You silently take Stella's hand, squeezing it tightly as you pull her towards the music.
Come on, Gretchen. I'll carry you.
Stella scoops up Gretchen, the pug still visibly shaking with the fear this place seemed to instill in her, though Stella's comforting grip seems to ease her poor little doggy spirit.
That's right, my little old lady. Nothing bad happened. Besides being shaken to my core, I guess, but nothing physical. We're just seeing one scary man, and then we're leaving.
Her grip is firm and warm and reassuring, and together you make your way down the hall to the source of the eerie music. The stairs take you into what you have to assume was once a servant's quarters, a network of cramped passageways hidden away behind the expansive rooms of the estate without so much as a window for illumination. But you persist and descend deeper into the bowels of the Scarlet estate, the echoing piano your only company. Soon enough you see light again, the sun creeping in through the edges of a nearly hidden door. You're at the end of another long corridor. Its high ceilings and tall windows are almost disorienting as you step out from the cramped, gloomy stairwell. The music echoes mournfully in the vast space, a chorus of wind adding a melancholic harmony as it whips in from the overgrown courtyard outside. And as you make your way into one of the side rooms, utterly dark save for the open doorway on the far wall, the music stops. There's no warning, no gentle fade or dramatic slamming of keys. When you make your way to the music room, Wayne's already standing, his eyes glimmering in the darkness behind his stained veil. I'd hoped you'd come alone.
Well, you better get used to me being around, because your days of harassing Kyle are over. From now on, you'll have to harass the both of us.
That's all right. You can enjoy your slattern. You and I are already bound by our fates. You need to come to understand that if you expect to help anyone, yourself included. You're running out of time. He slips away into the shadows.
What did he just call me? Whatever. Let's just leave, yeah? Now. I think we've seen enough, and the floor down here feels like it could give way and throw us down a cliff at any second.
Okay, so Wayne doesn't tell us anything if we go with Stella. Interesting. The warmth you and Stella shared last night seems to fall apart in the fresh air, saying goodbye to the unearthed secret of her family past. A tense silence holds between the two of you as your mind does its best to grapple with what you found. The cell, the doll, Enoch's occult sanctuary, the boy in the wall, and his outfits in Edwardine's closet. Is it possible your cousin has known about all of this? Your eyes dart back up to Stella. Her gaze is fixed on some non-existent point far off in the distance, and you can only try to imagine what she may be thinking. Maybe she feels you're connected in some impossible way to what you've just discovered, like you carry whatever went on there in your blood. And Tabitha, who has lived under the same roof as that cell her entire life? This silence feels like a terrible thing, like detritus clogging the air, suffocating the fragile growth of a barely formed relationship. There's a feeling that the longer you wait to say something, anything, the more your tentative relationship will unravel, second by second. So say something, say anything, just break this awful silence already. Are you mad at me? Are you mad at me?
Am I mad at you? No, of course not. Why would I? I'd never think you have anything to do with that. Just like it's obvious Tabby doesn't have anything to do with that. We have to see her. She deserves to know what we found in there.
How do we save here?
God, those letters from her dad. Her mom kept so much from her.
I think she's gonna betray our ass.
Makes me so mad just thinking about it.
Interesting. Let's see. I think this probably works best because we're using our trait.
But I'm kind of curious if she like drags us to Tabitha if we do this. Just curious. And what if you're wrong? What if she does something terrible to me?
I don't think... she helped you drag Rosalina out of a collapsing mine. Doesn't that mean something? Hasn't she earned a little bit of trust? Can't we just give her the benefit of the doubt for one conversation? I'm sorry. I have to go. You can come with me if you want. I'd like it if you did, but I'm not spending any more time arguing in the woods.
Oh man, she just rats us out. Without another word, Stella turns away, determination settling over her as she hurries down the road with Gretchen in tow. You're alone, and without another person here to ground you, the panic of this morning's revelation sinks deeper into your chest. You have to do something. Maybe there's someone else you can run to. So, I think it depends on what you say. Do you guys want to explore that? So, let's see. What if we do this? We don't even know everything there is to know about what my family's done. We shouldn't go to Tabitha until we followed every loose end.
But... okay, I get it. But if we're not going to Tabitha, then what are we supposed to do? We have to do something.
Interesting. So because Wayne didn't tell us, this is really interesting branching. Because Wayne didn't tell us about Kaneeka being missing and jogged our memory, I don't think we can go to the city. Interesting. So if you take Stella with you to see Wayne in the Forbidden Wing, Wayne doesn't tell you anything, and then I don't think you can go to the city. That's interesting. Let's see. There must be someone other than Tabitha we can go to.
Who can we possibly go to with this?
Oh, here, maybe this is it. What about your friend with the braids? Haven't we done things with her?
Braids? Janie has braids, but we're not really close.
There's a blurred place that comes to your mind when you think about this person. Less of a place and more of a location, but less of a location and more of the idea of a location. A sort of almost location where you feel like you know where it's meant to be, but where you couldn't for the life of you describe it. Okay, I think we got how to get there. But you could follow that important feeling.
Kyle, you're kind of freaking me out.
I swear to God there's someone we're supposed to remember. Maybe if we just go into town, we'll find her.
Okay.
Stella clutches Gretchen tightly to her chest and lets you take her with you down the hill, towards Main Street, where everything will make sense again. You follow that blurry feeling, your attention drawn with a tunnel-like focus to the rhythmic falling of your feet, your surroundings distant and unreadable, save for the warmth of Stella's hand gripped tightly in your own. You lose sense of time as you go. But then the footfalls stop and you find yourself on Scarlet Hollow's Main Street, in front of an old bricked-up building that you don't recall ever seeing before. And this is it. You know it is.
Oh, is this what you were looking for? I'm starting to get worried about you. I obviously don't know anyone who lives here. Nobody lives here. Look, I don't know what you thought you were going to find, but clearly it's not here. We're out of options. Let's just go to Tabby. It's not going to be the end of the world, I promise, okay?
Hey! It's Miles, one of Scarlet Hollow's resident youths. Thanks, Miles, for saving our ass!
Oh, hi, Miles. What are you doing here?
Just looking for Sybil. What are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be chasing a Loch Ness monster or something?
No, nothing that fun. The Loch Ness monster lives in Scotland anyway. Kyle had us come down here looking for somebody, but you're the only one around, and no offense, but I don't think you're who we had in mind, so we'll be on our way and we won't keep bothering you. No, don't leave.
Kyle, you feel something, right? Like there's something wrong.
I feel it too. I think I did something bad. It has to do with Sybil and somebody else, and that somebody else feels really important. I think it's that person you're looking for. And I feel like if I don't remember before it's too late, they're gonna... Never mind, this was stupid. I just sound crazy. Not crazy, but you and Kyle are starting to scare me. Can somebody just tell me what's going on? He doesn't sound crazy, though. You feel an odd sensation as he's talking, a creeping recognition. But you can't seem to hold on to it. A slippery thought that refuses to be fully recognized. Okay. No, you're not crazy. There's something wrong, and it has to do with your family. But you draw a blank on just who Miles' family is supposed to be. But Kyle, Miles' dad is... I knew it. I knew something was wrong. But I don't know what it is. Nothing happened. I woke up and everything was normal. I had cereal, and then Sybil said she was gonna go somewhere with somebody. No, wait. The person was there too. I talked to them, and then they left. I went out to the street. Because the office is closed for renovations, so I had to wait outside until it was done. It feels like he's recounting a dream. The memory slipping through his fingers as the words leave his lips, leaving only emotion. That's how I felt when Dad died, but nobody's dead. Please, make it stop. And there's someone missing, isn't there? Miles tries to hide it, but you see his lower lip tremble, and his eyes are shiny with fresh tears. Yeah, I think so. I feel so guilty. I think it's my fault. He can't hide the tremor in his voice as he speaks. Kyle, you should stop. I think you're just making things worse. He tries to collect himself, wiping away his tears and choking back whatever remaining sobs he had left. Look, I don't know about her, but you seem to get that something's, actually wrong here. None of this makes any sense. There's this guy on the edge of town, Julius. He's crazy, but I remember him coming around and asking questions, and he always had this notebook with him. I don't remember what he asked me, but he'll remember it. You gotta go talk to him, or get him to show you his notebook. He probably knows more than anyone about what's going on. I didn't want to have to ask anybody for help, but it's I can't think straight, okay? I need somebody to do this for me. I don't want to feel like this anymore. Not again, please. Not again. Do what for you, Miles? I can't know how to help if you don't tell me what this is all about. I'm lost. Forget it. This is so stupid. Miles, wait. Wow, Stella. Way to scare him off. Jesus. So when Stella is not with us, Miles gives us the map with the same dialogue, but when Stella is with us, she scares Miles off, and then we don't get the map. Interesting. But we did find a map in the wing of the Forbidden Estate, so is that map the same map, or is it going to have the same effect is the question. Seriously, what the hell is going on around here? Why isn't anyone talking normally? It's like everybody's going insane, unless I'm going insane. Oh, the police, yikes. But Stella's cut off by the singular whoop of a police siren. Seriously, now? Well, do you really think that everything you've done around here wouldn't catch up to you? Call off your dog, Miss Richmond. It's like you trained it to hate the uniform with how much it barks when it sees me coming. You should muzzle that thing if it's going to keep acting out like this. Though I'm not exactly sure if a muzzle works on something that's got none to speak of. Maybe she'd be nicer to you if you didn't bully her, officer. Now, what's going on? Is there a problem, or can we go? Yeah, I think so too, Yana, right? So, when Stella is with us, Wayne doesn't tell us about the witch and Kaneeka. And when Stella's with us, Miles also doesn't give us the map to get to Julius and navigate his homestead, because he has mines there, right? So I take it the map that we get for Julius's homestead is where the booby traps are, maybe? Like how to get there safely? So Stella being with you cuts you off from really important parts of the story. So what if Stella is with you, you miss important story elements, and your only way to get a happy ending is to have Stella at her optimal state to trust you, be reliable, all of that stuff. And if you can't do that, she throws you to the wolves or something. I could see that. I could see something like that. So if you put all your faith in Stella, you have to do it perfectly. Is there a problem, she asks. Miss Richmond, a man died on Monday. You don't have to keep covering for this city slicker. I just wish we'd be able to take you in after that mine collapse. I can't help but think we could have prevented this if we just acted on our instincts sooner. Is that enough reason for you? I don't care who you're related to. Justice will be served, and I will be getting to the bottom of things. Okay, I get it. You think Kyle's some sort of criminal mastermind, but I've been with him almost all week, so I guess you'll have to arrest me too, won't you, officer? I know a patsy when I see one. The type of trouble this hooligan has brought into our peaceful little town is well beyond what you're capable of. Hey, I'm not a patsy. I make my own decisions all the time. I'm always, breaking into places, doing all kinds of unlawful things. Victimless crimes, and they help put Scarlet Hollow on the map, what with your fans and all that. I'll never get in the way of bringing in tourists. But I hate to see an innocent girl get corrupted by outside influence from unlawful hellholes like Buttville. Don't ask. I did not make the name. I just hope I'm not already too late to save you from falling into a life of crime. Hey, that's not fair, Kylos. No, you're right. Thank you for saving me from a life of drugs and murder, officer. Don't mention it, ma'am. I'm just doing my job. Just stick tight, okay? I'm gonna get help. Stella, what the hell? Don't leave me here. Should we save? See what Stella says if we say don't leave me here. She be leaving us. You're not going to Tabitha, are you? I don't think we have any other option. She's the only person I know has any sway around here. It's her or you're stuck with the cops. Did I hear that right? You think I'm some sort of puppet controlled by the town's only source of wealth? Call me old-fashioned, but having money in a fancy house don't make her cousin above the law. Then I guess you don't have a problem with me telling her about all of this, right? Be my guest. Despite what she might think, Tabitha Scarlet don't run this town. And don't worry, the Scarlet Hollow cops have never hurt anyone. You're gonna be okay in the meantime. I promise. With that, Stella leaves you alone with Officer Franklin. Some friend, huh? Anyways, you have the right to remain silent. Run. Wait for run. She's not my friend. She's my girlfriend, man. Well, sure. Some girlfriend, then. Okay, let's see. I'll go quietly. What if we trust this guy? You need to look at what I found in the estate today, please. I think my family's done something really awful. Don't try to distract me. I've got a job to do, and I'm going to do it unless the sheriff tells me otherwise. So don't interrupt me again. Where was I? Right. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Deputy Franklin whips out a pair of handcuffs, tightening them quickly around your wrists in a smooth police academy maneuver. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before he asks you any questions. You have the right to have a lawyer with you during questioning, and if you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed to you before any questioning if you wish. Alright, well thanks, officer. He escorts you towards his cop car, opening the back door as he continues reciting your Miranda rights. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you have the right to stop answering at any time. There. Now watch your head. Alright, so we can get arrested this episode as well. As you're shoved into the car, a voice crackles over the radio. Franklin, pick up already. We ain't got all day, boy. Apologies, Sheriff. I was just apprehending Kyle as discussed over the radio. That's nice and all, but we need you up at the farms pronto. Got ourselves a possible 187 brewing. 10-4. Damn, this day just keeps getting crazier, huh? Suppose you'll have to come along for the ride, son. Deputy Franklin wastes no time in turning on the sirens, blasting down the road towards whatever emergency is underway with you in tow. This is possibly one of the few times he's ever been able to do this, and despite his sunglasses and stiff demeanor, there's definitely an excitement in the way he cruises around the treacherous mountain turns. Okay, so the end of chapter. Let's see if we can call Stella out on her bullshit. Stella, what the hell? Don't leave me here. I'm not going to fistfight a cop for you. Then we'll both be in jail, and only one of us will be there for no reason. You're not going to like this, but I'm going to the only person who can get you out of trouble. Are you referring to Miss Scarlet? I think this is the same, right? Oh, what if we run? Let's see what happens. You don't have time for this. Without saying another word, you turn tail and run as fast as you can. Hey, cut it out! You're only making yourself look more guilty! The words aren't real, and they can't stop you from running. No. The only thing that could stop you now is excruciating pain as every muscle in your body seems to spasm wildly out of control. That would be his taser. And that's about the only thought you manage to muster before your body unceremoniously hits the ground. Hot dang, I've always wanted to use this thing. Now, where was I? Right. Anything you say can and will. You hear the click of handcuffs sliding into position around your wrists, and then you hear nothing. At least not until the cruiser, in which you find yourself crumpled in the back seat, blares its sirens and picks up speed. Interesting, okay. Is there any way we can get out of this? If we're here with her. Tell him about what we found this morning. My family has a whole torture dungeon hidden away in the estate. That's right. There was a room where it looked like somebody had been kept against their will and... Oh, yeah? And was Bigfoot there? Or was it just swamp gas this time? Don't try to distract me. I got a job to do, and I'm gonna do it unless the sheriff tells me otherwise, so don't interrupt me again. Of course you guys never listen when there's actually something worth looking into. I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that, ma'am. You're not going to like this. Okay, so she always goes to Tabitha. Interesting. So if we take Stella into town to see Miles, she always goes to Tabitha after. Stella, please don't go. There's nothing I can do for you if I stay here. Yeah, so there's no way around that. That's very interesting. Okay, what if we go with her? Let me see. Can we do a save with her? I wonder if there's something else we can do with her, or if that's kind of it. Did I make enough too? My saves are like such a jumbled mess, dude, because I have so many playthroughs. I showed you guys 4, right, from my files that I prepped. So you end up either in the police car at the end of this episode. Going to the mines with Tabitha is one other option. So either police car to the mines with Tabitha. Oh, to the farm with Tabitha, sorry. To the fields or to the farms alone. With Reese, we've seen that. And you either have or do not have the map. So there's multiple maps you can get, and you either have or do not have those maps. I think that's going to be pretty relevant whether you have the map or not to Julius, right? I think if you don't have the map to Julius, maybe somebody gets hurt or you can't make it there or whatever. It's very interesting. And I think I don't think I've even seen all the possible options here. I'm pretty sure we haven't seen all the possible options. Like there has to be more. Like you have to be able to hook up with who's our farm buddy? What's his name again? With Duke. So you have to be able to go to Duke, right? If that's somebody that you trust. The library guy, Oscar. We can probably go with Oscar. You can go to police straight away. Let's see here. Oh, this is going after Stella. Okay, that's not what I was looking for. Oh shit, I fucked it up. Shit, I fucked it up. I meant to load, but I saved. Oopsie poopsie. Let's load this one then. Do we want to go to Tabitha with Stella? See if she rats us out. I'm kind of curious. Should we do that? Fighting with Stella about your cousin was a mistake. Even if it means running into the lion's den. Even if it puts you directly into danger, you have to chase after her. Catch up to Stella just a little ways up the road. Oh, thank God. I didn't like how we left things. I didn't either. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. What matters now is that we're doing this together.
You and Stella continue on to the mines together. Though once you arrive, you're once again met by the sounds of an angry crowd. The strike, it seems, is raging on, perhaps even angrier than before, bolstered by their increasing number.
Come on, I know a shortcut. No need to bring any more people into this than we have to. At least not until we talk to Tabitha.
Ooh, let's see if she rats us out. Stella takes your hand and oh, this is a typo, you see that? Stella takes your hand and leads you through the same hole in the fence Rosalina must have snuck through the other day. Stella doesn't bother to knock before twisting the door open and confidently stepping into the trailer.
Tabby!
Stella? Kyle? What are you doing here?
Why are you holding a shotgun?
Didn't you see that crowd outside? I figured I'd better make sure it was in working order. If you two managed to barge in here, there's clearly nothing stopping any of them from doing the same. Stella, I would have appreciated a heads up that Kyle was safe in bed at your place last night, instead of having to wait up wondering if my cousin had managed to die while out adventuring around town. Same for you, Kyle. I thought you would call or something, just to let me know you were okay.
Let's not do the small talk today, Tabby. Please?
She already looks very unamused. Stella pulls up a chair and the two of you sit down across from your increasingly anxious cousin. I think this isn't going to go well.
Hey, I didn't say you could sit.
We just came from the Forbidden Wing, Tabby. Have you been there?
Stella's question is answered with silence. Your cousin's eyes dart away, unable to meet your gaze or Stella's, as she avoids the answer.
Oh. You wouldn't believe what we found in there. The things your family hid from you?
Tabitha, we found...
Like Enoch's study? It was behind an old bookcase and there was all this occult stuff in there.
What, like being into the occult is that surprising? He was a rich man in the early 1900s. Of course he was into the occult. That was like a hobby back then.
You know I know that. I wouldn't have come all the way out there if that was it. We also found these old clothes in Grandma Eddie's room. Boy clothes and a freaky note that looked like it might have been written in blood. It said, "I'm still in here and I love you," or something. I don't know what that means, but it was in plastic. She clearly wanted to keep it. I wanna... But none of that's even important because at the end of it all was a cell, a prison cell. Somebody was kept in there. It looked like it had been used for years, and just before we left, we ran into Wayne, and I'm pretty sure he's the one who made sure we found it, but I don't know why. He was all mysterious and called me some old curse word and left. There, that's everything, okay? I laid it all out on the table.
Oh man, I think she just ratted us out. Because remember when we did the earlier playthrough, we got a good ending where Tabitha got emotional and she cried and she broke down and she was like, "Oh, I'm so happy I'm not alone anymore." I don't think this is going to end that way. Oh man, I think Stella just threw us under the bus with that. Tell me you have an explanation for all of this. Tell me you didn't know it was in the Forbidden Wing. Please.
Tabby, we came to you because we wanted to hear you out on all of this. If you didn't know what your family had back there, just tell us. If you're keeping secrets, just tell us.
When Stella finishes, your cousin gathers herself and locks onto you with a steel gaze.
Kyle, I'm not sure if you know how bad this looks. Stella has been a nuisance before, sure, always pestering me to hang out, trying to visit me at work, but even she knew where the real lines were drawn. Until you showed up. Now suddenly, here you are, having convinced her to break into my house to go looking for whatever skeletons you thought we had stashed in closets. You're not fooling me, Kyle. I see it now. Using my own naive hope to try and get close to my only friend. Also, you could turn her against me. Isn't that right?
Tabby, come on. That's not what's going on at all.
I want to hear it from Kyle.
Ooh. I don't care about you and Stella. I think you're changing the subject. Yeah, right? Fooled by a rig, I guess you guys were. I think you're changing the subject, Tabitha. What do you have to say about everything we found in the estate?
Nothing. If you really want to chat with somebody, get a Ouija board and talk to Pearl Ann. I'm still alive, so I have work to do, and you two are seriously impeding my ability to do that work.
I don't understand. We're not attacking you. We want to be on your side. The sound of an approaching police siren interrupts the argument before any further points can be made. Tabby, you didn't, but when? How?
Pearl Ann had a switch installed in a desk years ago. Direct line to the police. A mediating party sounds like a good idea right now, don't you think?
But I'm here. I can mediate. I'm good at that. How's this? Tabby, I know you're not to blame for anything we found in the estate, and clearly your family has a long legacy of keeping secrets. And I know you feel like we violated your trust by going off into the closed-off wing and looking for clues, but look on the bright side. Now we can all try to get on the same page. Doesn't that sound good? Aren't you lonely keeping all these secrets? Please, Tabitha, I don't want this to end with anyone being dragged off by the police. And with what we have on you, don't you think there's a possibility it won't be Kyle who ends up in handcuffs?
Oh, do you have any evidence of these supposed crimes, or just footage of old rooms? Maybe an even better question would be, would you even be willing to use it if you did? As much as I can tell, you like Kyle. You've known me much, much longer. I doubt you'd ultimately be willing to turn in an old friend like me. I don't think Kyle is capable of that much persuasion.
Oh my. She's like hella evil here. Crazy. It really goes to show how much you actually care about Stella. You don't call the cops on someone you care about.
Correction, Kyle. I called the cops on you. Stella is merely on thin ice, whereas you have fallen through.
I chose to go in the Forbidden Wing just as much as Kyle. You can't just decide to make your own cousin your punching bag. If you're mad at one of us, you're mad at both of us.
No. I think I know who the real troublemaker is here. Because I know once I have that problematic element removed from the equation, things should go back to normal.
Tabitha sighs, a certainty setting over her.
I do wish I could be honest, you know. Or really, I wish honesty would do anything. But it's not going to keep the mines running. It's not going to fix the things that are actually broken around here. Because that's what the Scarlets do at the end of the day. We keep the machinery oiled, we make sure its components are replaced when they break. It's a legacy I have to maintain, as cruel and unglamorous as it might seem to anyone else. And I'll keep shouldering that burden alone for as long as I have to. It's what I was born for. You too, Kyle. Though you've been neglecting it for a long, long time.
Okay, Tabby? You're starting to scare me. There was a knock at the office door.
Miss Scarlet, permission to enter? You were called, weren't you? Come in.
The door swings open and Deputy Franklin, the sternest member of the Scarlet Hollow's police force, walks in.
Well, isn't this a pleasant coincidence? I've been looking for you all morning, City Slicker. You're in a lot of trouble, kid. Too much trouble to let you keep wandering around causing mayhem. Oh, so you were already planning to take my cousin in then?
As a matter of fact, I was, Miss Scarlet. See, there's been all these problems around town lately, and...
I don't need any explanation. Go ahead. Be my guest.
I want an explanation. What could you possibly be arresting Kyle for?
Stella, don't interfere. You and I can talk after Kyle joins the deputy.
Talk? Without him?
Really? You're handing over your last living relative? No objections? Huh? You won't have me fired for abuse of power or anything?
No. I think some time under lock and key will do my cousin some good. Now, if you could take care of this outside, Miss Richmond and I would appreciate it.
Yeah, this is crazy. Tabitha's the one. She has a hole. Stella, back me up here. I didn't do anything wrong. Of course not. Kyle's been trying to help.
And unfortunately has only made everything worse as far as I'm concerned.
And so close to the funeral, I'm grieving, and you do this to me? I can't look at my cousin anymore, Deputy. Not like this, please.
Of course, Miss Scarlet, I'll take care of him for you. Deputy Franklin whips out his handcuffs, more than a little gleeful as he uses some smooth police academy motion to lock them around your wrist. As you're dragged from the office, Stella calls out to you one last time.
It's okay, Kyle. Me and Tabby are gonna work this out, and then we'll come get you, and everything will be okay. I promise.
Officer Franklin drags you from the office and towards the squad car, tossing you into the back seat and slamming the door. As you're shoved into the car, a voice crackles over the radio.
Franklin, big up already. We ain't got all day, boy.
Apologies, Sheriff. I was just apprehending Kyle as discussed over the radio.
That's nice and all, but we need you up at the farms pronto. Got ourselves a possible 187 brewing. 10-4.
Damn, this day just keeps getting crazier. Suppose you'll have to come along for the ride, son. Okay, so this ends up with us in the same, interesting. This ends up with us in the back of the police car in cuffs, all the same. But we've done 5 playthroughs today of the first part of this episode, and there's so many different things already. I'm super curious. So the main outcomes are you go to the farm with or without a map, right? With someone. You get arrested by the police, right? Or you go to Tabitha. Tabitha keeps the police from arresting you, and you go to the farms together with Tabitha. So there's some really interesting playthroughs there already. And then Miles giving you the map is an optional thing too. When you get arrested, yeah, everything leads to the farms. Everything does lead to the farms. But I think the way you get to the farms is different, right? Are you in handcuffs? Are you with someone you trust? Are you with someone who wants to protect you? Do you have the map to Julius Tremaine's farm? Is Tabitha with you, or is Tabitha against you? So really interesting. And then next week, the rest of this episode's coming out. So I'll play this next week, Friday as well. There's that...